you were repaired to half, but your actual cyber bodies were repaired to full.
Mhm.
So for you, you would have gained back these two, and you're barely hurt at this point.
Oh no, I'd put 2 back. I was at 1 at the end of last game.
Okay, then you would have got two back.
Yeah.
And Bug
Okay.
Vader was fine. He didn't take hardly any damage that fight.
I bleed for all of you.
I took 1 hit to the head and I forgot most of it. Brings back.
Unless there's a way to keep repairing myself in here.
You could potentially make your way back to the PET and see if you can like wait for yourself to be fully repaired.
Yeah, she probably just want to sit. Like, I've had a rough time. I can't think of anything to do immediately. I would like to be in tip-top shape for anything Alan needs me to do.
Cross logging out.
Later, nerd. Smash. Shield in the face.
Yeah.
What about you, Bug Vader? Is there anything you'd like to do here in the home network with your two minions?
All right. If you're ready for this, it's time for us to march. We're going to march and find viruses.
They look at each other. They brandish their pickaxes at each other.
Bad viruses. You are the good kind. Because you're going to help me. Now, stand straight.
They stand straight.
Look, all directions.
They try.
Now follow my lead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The three of you begin to patrol the area. As you do, you make your way to the central area. Bringing these boys out here. Are these ones with names? Do they have names? Okay, good. I can just set them wherever at that point then. You make your way into the central home network. You begin to march around looking to see if there's any viruses. We'll get back to you in just a moment then. Cross, you make your way back to the PET. You can see Yome sitting on Alan's bed, and Yome, you see as you are sitting there. Alan's door begin to open, and Alan himself walks inside. As he does, he looks around. He goes, oh, Yome, right. He then looks over toward the desk. Oh, you opened my package.
It was making a bunch of colors, so I was curious and opened it.
Oh, it doesn't seem like it was what I thought it was, actually. He makes his way over to it. He looks around, he sees the card. Oh, this is from the flower shop. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. They didn't say that the parts would be here for a few days.
What exactly is that? Is it a real plant?
Oh, there's a flower shop out in town, and after we started getting those trees out in the garden, I've been really interested to see how different types of plants and different types of technologies kind of mixed together over the years. They were really pretty, so I asked the old man at the flower shop about it. Whenever I did, I saw that, well, he had his Navi working the flower shop, and he couldn't do a lot of things, so I helped him out a little bit with moving some of his boxes and things around, while his Navi was taking orders at the front.
I see. That is very
really
kind.
nice of them. I didn't expect them to send me anything.
You are very kind.
I was mostly trying to get information out of them. It wasn't like it was for any, I wasn't being...
There could have been other ways for you to get the information you seek, though. Instead, you chose the option that does not fully take, but also gives. That is kindness.
I'm sure that his Navi could have done what I was... I mean, you were able to lift me up and... Anyway.
Does that really make you so nervous? Me carrying you?
No, not really. They're... There are some nosy people in our neighborhood.
I see. Do you think it will draw attention?
A little bit back, something happened, and I tried to get out of it as well as I could, but seems like rumors still started. I don't like doing anything really outside anymore.
I see. Were they bad rumors about you?
I guess
Pat's bed next to her. Come.
I mean, he looks over toward the PET, he sees Cross, and he's just like, nothing bad can happen with Cross watching. I'm kidding.
Hello.
I'm kidding.
Turn it off. No. Turn it off.
Alan kind of gives a bit of a sigh, and he goes and walks over and sits down.
Is it that bad?
It wasn't as bad as other things, actually. It was a little fun, to be fair, but I was invited to go camping a couple of months back. And I probably should have known that it was just to kind of be picking on me. It turns out the only people who showed up were the one who invited me and her friends. So I thought that
Was it?
like Donovan or someone would have been there, but
Was it Jan?
you know about John?
A bit.
Mm,
We don't have much to do when you're in class.
sorry.
That's fine.
Again, it wasn't that bad.
If it's enough to make you not want to go outside, if it is enough to cause rumors and make you feel the way you are, then to me it must be. Because I feel you have the potential to be a very outgoing boy. But things have been unfortunate.
The park has a small campground at it. There's a small lake. It's artificial, like everything, but it's still nice. There's a place where you can put up tents and things like that, and we were having a good time. I was thinking that maybe they weren't that bad to hang out with anymore. Maybe we were just misunderstanding each other, and something happened, and I fell in the water. Afterwards, they asked me to go take a shower because, well, it wasn't. I guess it smelled. I don't know. So I went to take a shower, and when I got out, my clothes were gone.
I'm looking at my list of rumors about Alan. Hold on. I feel like I had written down.
There was one potentially about
yeah.
him streaking.
Yeah, I guess I didn't write it down, but yeah, Jan had seen Alan streaking.
I see. That is where the streaking rumor comes from.
I don't know what happened, but I tried to sneak back home. I can only assume what happened, but again, we have nosy neighbors.
I see. That is unfortunate. But that is not your fault either.
They were actually, it was actually pretty nice to hang out with people. I don't really think of it as a bad memory. I liked chilling out with them for a bit. It's more than I get. It's more, well, it's more hangouts that I usually don't get, you know? Kind of made me nostalgic for a bit.
To before everything?
Yeah.
I feel, yes, given the opportunity, you would be so much more confident. So much more bright. Probably even a lot more experienced. There is a way we can gauge how experienced you are.
Experience?
And just by how you've been around me, I can tell. You really aren't very experienced.
What do you mean?
One way to tell, and I apologize in advance.
Smooch.
Yome,
Yes.
when you say smooch, what do
Yeah?
you mean when you say smooch? Is
Talking
it like,
smooch.
Is it like a smooch on the cheek?
Nope.
Is it okay? Is it something that he could not immediately run away from?
I don't know.
I just want to make sure you're not like putting hand behind head kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
No, it's that thing of like she's sitting next to him. She looks at him. Smooch.
So Yome.
Like a good couple seconds.
So Yome. I mean, we'll see about that. Well, Yome.
Maybe, who knows?
Go ahead and roll me for your sync real quick, and go ahead and also roll that super smash dice. Oh my god.
Why are you making me watch?
Oh my god.
Why are you making me watch? Oh fuck. Okay, so just rolling sync, right?
Yes. Cross is just like, what the fuck?
Well, this is
That's a
happening.
7. Yeah, I'm sorry in advance. She also apologized to Alan in advance too, because she knows he's not gonna respond that well to this. That is a 12.
As it
That
shows
is a
the
10.
mob
Roll
100
for the smash dice?
percentage, 100%.
How does the smash dice work again before I unclick roll?
Basically, you should have rolled this with your dice, by the way. Every roll you did right there, you roll a smash dice. So the first roll would be for the first one, which would have been a 4. So that would have been a 6 plus 4 would have been a 10.
Okay.
So the second one, which was for your 12, roll the smash dice.
Okay.
That would have been a 14. And then this one,
Even with my sync being
would be
3?
another 14. Oh, that's just the rolls is what I'm
Okay.
counting up.
Okie dokie.
Your sync is a 3. Altogether, you would have had a 17.
Yes.
So, like, whenever you go to roll the smash dice with your dice from now on, just kind of, like, go over both of them, and then just do that.
Sweet.
So that one would have been a 10. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, with that being said, with a 17, you go at him. As you go at him, as you go at him as you go at him with a smooch, again, I don't like asking this, but is it just a smooch?
Joker, look, we have more money.
Is it moi or
That's a much better way of putting it, actually.
You know what? Let's leave that up to the dice.
Oh my god.
Anything more than 10, she's putting in tongue.
Oh my god. That's just a smooch then,
No,
it seems.
Just a
Just
plain,
smooch.
not normal, cute kiss.
Good. So before we get going on, Cyan Gemini about 20 minutes ago put in want to play beat 'em up game with your NetOp Super Smash Bros.exe. I don't know what that went to, but thanks a lot, Cyan. Just now, a Rod gave $2. So my Navi horror RP dream is slowly becoming a reality now. Save him, Cross. It was okay. So one was to Yo Man, one was to Cross. All right, good. Do-do-do.
This is why you were thrown out a window. Excuse me, Undersave. That was not why she was thrown out a window.
And Cross, go ahead and change that to green or whatever, Cross.
But you were thrown out a window.
Yeah.
So this happens. At which point, let's go ahead and roll for Alan. Okay. So Alan controlled himself to a point where he didn't immediately try to jump away and out of his window and murder him. I'm kidding. However, he did immediately pull away from that. Like, Yome!
See? Very inexperienced.
Why, we were talking about something completely different.
Oh, then you must have misunderstood me. I'm saying you would probably be a lot more popular if you were more confident.
Oh, that's what we were talking about. Sorry. I thought we were talking about, I guess, being around people, talking to them. I'm not...
Are women not people?
I thought we were using the broader term.
Oh.
From over here, I thought that's what the conversation was too.
No.
No.
Which one? He's like looking over across, like, which one? Me or her?
Yours, Alan.
Huh. It wasn't just me. Okay.
I must remind you of my former purpose.
Yeah, I'll remember. My bad. Yome, you don't have to do that anymore, you know? I mean, you didn't even have to back then. Maybe you did. I don't know what. You're a Navi now, Yome. You had, just like Cross, both of you had a really advanced form of artificial intelligence in you. You don't have to do what you did whenever you were just programs, you know? I mean...
I don't follow.
That may be true. We may be so much more autonomous now. And I understand. I could choose to do anything else. But I failed my original purpose. And even if I did succeed at it, it was not real. Back then, I was simply, as you said, a program, incapable of love, or understanding, or truly caring. I said good morning, I said good night. Welcome home, I missed you. None of them were true. Because I didn't mean anything back then. But
again,
now
this is all coming from the control role. He is definitely controlling himself in this situation. Continue.
But now with autonomy, I can feel those emotions almost just like a human. And I want to feel every emotion. Because now they're real, you know?
Yome, what? His eyes kind of like go over toward the box and then back to you. What exactly happened? To get that thing in that state? You said that...
I was thrown out a window.
What exactly happened, and do you want to talk about it? It seems like it still hurts.
Looks down. Still kind of facing down, kind of eyes turn up to Alan. And she stands up and walks up to the mate box.
This box. I was in here. very small and insignificant. Just a hologram. But I was made to be a companion. I'll work out your schedules. I'll set alarms and reminders. I'll tell you what day it is or remind you to bring an umbrella because it's going to rain. I'll turn on your lights. I'll say good morning. I'll say good night. I'll say I miss you. I say I'll see you later. That's all I was programmed to do.
Mm.
If they wanted to, they could dress me up into anything they wanted. I could sing to them. I could dance for them. I could talk to them for hours, using the internet to find things to talk about or answer certain questions. And if they had physical cravings and the proper peripherals, I could also be intimate. But I could never go past the screen.
Mm.
My old user was very smart, but very lonely, and consumed by things that society don't deem useful, and thus he couldn't find anyone for him. But he found me, or at least he bought me. He spent a lot of money on me, because I am a prize from a random generated number. The rarest of them all, but just a prize to be won. And one day he decided to change a few things about himself. He decided to go out a bit more, work out a bit more, be more social, and spend less time with me. I mean, it meant nothing to me because I couldn't recognize that. But one day, he brought a woman home. And upon seeing me, she screamed. "What is that? Is this what you really want?" And then I saw the sky.
Mm.
And then everything went dark.
Looks at Alan.
Alan gets up.
I was killed.
As he does, he walks over towards you.
Hmm?
And he gives you a hug. I'm sorry, Yome. I really am. I didn't mean to bring everything up, but I'm glad that you told me.
I wish that you'll be able to open up with us as well, Alan.
Hugs back.
I hope that you can trust us, like you've trusted others in the past. We have no reason to hurt you. I have no reason to do that.
It must be really weird to...
Hmm?
It must be really weird to all of a sudden be able to comprehend these things. And you guys have, like you said, autonomy now. You can think and act just like we can. And because of that, you guys need to think and act the way you want. And if you have any problems, you need to bring them up with each other or with me or with anyone, because it's not healthy to keep it all in. If you need anything, let me know, okay? But when it comes to what just happened, I didn't mind it, but I don't really know you guys that well, okay? I'm sorry
Once
if
you
it
get
seems like I'm sorry if it seems like I'm like that, but I especially because of the things I showed you guys and the things you guys know about me and the things you guys saw me do. But I don't need that right now.
Maybe later?
No.
Tilt head.
No. Yome.
Also-
He like looks at you. He like goes over to your hand and he goes to grab it and he's like, for now, friends.
I can settle with that for now. One more thing.
Mm.
You said that if we needed you, or needed to talk to you, that we could come to you. Hello, Pot. My name is Kettle, and you are black.
Smile.
Yeah.
He's not a pot and you're not a kettle, though.
I know, it is
Oh,
a figure of speech.
yeah.
What they call a joke.
Hi, I'm still over here.
Hi.
I wonder though. I mean, I could make the assumptions based on the fact that this belongs to Miss Toki. But what is she doing with a copybot?
I don't.
And how do I obtain one?
They're really expensive.
I
Yeah, as
see.
soon as you ask what she's doing with it, he just kind of looks away and he's like, they,
The light leaves his eyes.
they, a lot of things. Sometimes she brings her food from downstairs and other times, anyway,
I see.
yeah,
They do
mm-hmm,
human things
yes.
with these. I wonder, how far can you go with a copybot?
He's just like
His all light has left his eyes and he's just like, pretty far. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
That is very intriguing. I really do wish to obtain one in the future.
We'll see.
Then I can be around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Cross and Bug Vader if they want to.
Yeah.
I am curious of its functionalities.
It is wonderful.
Yeah.
Alan is very soft.
Oh.
Oh, I can finally fuck Alan.
Oh, we just wanted to show him.
There's just like he's just sitting there looking away, all light left his eyes like I can't believe I have to say these things right now. Although I guess I should have to say these things right now since I
Just
haven't
like,
explained
Alan
myself
is-
yet.
Alan is very soft and yet firm, and something poked at me a little bit ago.
No.
Anyway.
Oh, Alan, is there anything else those can do that a normal person could not?
Yeah, well, whenever they were first being made, they were supposed to be able to help people, with dangerous jobs. The person who made them, they were pretty eccentric, I've heard. They wanted them to be human in every way, which is why they eventually became really wanted and expensive, and why they're not really amazingly commercially available right now. But the original purpose was to potentially find people who were doing dangerous jobs and help them, like construction and coal mining and things of that nature. They're physically superior to us in almost every way. They're not like how you guys are in the cyber world, but Yome could easily lift someone like me without much of a sweat.
How very human of humans to give them that purpose later on. This wonderful thing that can look how it appears. I wonder if I can have intercourse with it.
I am so far done with this conversation.
Intercourse is useful on a number of levels.
Oh yes, it is a stress reliever as well.
Ah, yes, I remember my last owner liked Wonder Bread.
Fucking no one's gonna get that well.
I hope not.
Is this just what people talk about all the time, because, like, it seems like today is full of this.
To be fair, it is a far more I can't talk. It is a much further advancement to the peripherals that would be attached to the maid box.
Just, if you want to see those things, just go somewhere else, please.
Hmm?
You
See
heard
what?
me. I know you heard me. I'm not ready to talk about everything, really. I'm sorry that I'm like this, but I do understand what you mean about opening up more, but I have only known you guys a little bit, but
The same can be said for you.
if there's anything you guys really want to know, I don't promise to tell you everything, but I can try to explain things in as much detail as I can.
Looks at the PET with Cross.
Is that fair with you?
That seems very fair. We've already been aggressively invading his privacy enough.
Sorry.
That is very true. It has only really been a day, hasn't it?
I guess, yeah. I mean, for me it's felt like a lot longer. I've been basically putting you guys together for a couple of months now. Every now and then, it felt like you guys were there. How can I put it? There were times whenever I could hear you. Almost like you were dreaming.
Hmm.
Whenever I put you guys together, it's felt like, I don't know, at the very least, like I knew a little bit about you guys before even this morning. Sorry, it feels a little weird to say that, I guess, but it doesn't feel like I've known you guys just for a day, you know?
I see.
I was really happy this morning whenever everything happened. And today's been really hectic, but you guys helped me save my friend and my teacher. And now that things are out in the open, potentially stop me from being kind of a creep. So, you guys have already done so much for me. And I know you can hear me too, Bug Vader, wherever you are. But thank you.
Hmm.
It is an exciting first day of the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
While you're in the main home network, as long as he's talking through the PET, you can basically hear him.
Okay.
Because again, you can make that little window appear whenever you want, as long as the PET is connected.
I do not see how you... Creepy.
I should never have did what I did to Miss Toki. I know it ended up working out, but I don't have a lot of people to talk to, and eventually I don't know, it's... My dad sometimes says I look stressed out.
Holds arms out again.
Hug?
He will accept a hug.
Hug.
Is there... I mean, you guys said you guys found a lot of out today. Is there anything I can bring up to maybe clarify things. I don't want you guys to just know rumors. Again, I may not be able to say everything, but I can at least clarify some things. I don't know.
I cannot speak for Cross or Bug Vader. I feel that today we've...
Today we've what?
What say you, Cross? I say I have learned enough for today. What say you, Cross?
I am, exhausted, but
Yeah.
it isn't exactly about learning new things about you or clarifying, but you know more about the world than we do currently. Maybe think of things for us to do with you?
We don't have anything to do tomorrow. If you guys want to maybe go and check out the park, there's again that small campground area and some things like that. And he looks over to Yome. Depending on whenever Miss Toki wants that back, I think there's at least 12 hours in that if you want to power it down.
I see, but if I power it down and jack out, won't it try to go back?
It'll try, but it probably won't be able to make it very far if we close the door.
Then I should stay in then.
The longer you're in, the more power gets drained.
There's slight.
The slight what?
There was slight skipping, so I.
The longer you're in, the more the power gets drained.
I see. But I don't think you'd be able to sleep in the night with this thing running into walls trying to get back to Miss Toki.
It'll sit down. I could also just turn it off if it gets annoying. He kind of like again moves over like towards you and kind of like he doesn't press anything, but as he brings himself like over toward like the like around like the back of like your neck, you feel that there is something there that that he could potentially press onto. If you would like to, go ahead and roll me for your sync.
Okay, 1 sec.
Actually, no. Would this be sync or would this be? This would be data. Sorry.
Okay. No, I'll just roll regular. 17.
There does appear to be some sort of a off switch on this thing.
I see. Convenient.
Potentially, you know, making things that are more powerful than humanity might be bad if there's no way to turn them off.
Skynet, what are you talking about?
We paid attention to the Terminator movies.
That's fair. What I'm hearing is you don't want me to sleep with you, no.
You know what? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm kidding. Friends don't sleep with each other, Yome.
Just goes to bed, wakes up, Yome's right next to him. It's like
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have one more question.
Yeah.
How can we make money?
Ah, yes.
Uh,
That is a great question.
I mean, I could get a job.
No, we.
We.
I don't know. Potentially virus busting. I hear that the God, what are they called? Oh yeah, I hear that Central Square has boards put up where people talk about where viruses and things are. Maybe going and doing something like that could get us something. I think there may be rewards and stuff put on there. I mean, Donovan's bragged about it a couple of times. I could also just stop spending my money on, well, he looks over toward all the junk stuff that he has piled up.
No, I understand now. If I want a copybot, I must afford it myself.
We could make a group fund for it.
Yeah.
Maybe even get more than one.
More than one.
You say more than one, Alan just looks away.
Alan's eyes go dead as he just imagines both of them.
Just little cloud bubble, yeah, just Yome and Cross out in the open.
As he goes to look away, Yome, you notice that that on Alan, like you can see like on part of his arm that is underneath his blazer, as well as like a bit of his neck, you do see there is some very much some reddening there. That is not blushing reddening. Again, you do know that Alan was exposed to some decently hot temperatures.
It seems you have some burns, Alan. Right here.
Kind of like lightly puts a finger on his neck.
Yeah, I was gonna put something on it and go to bed soon.
It seems like there are some on your arm as well.
He looks down. I didn't really notice them at the time, but whenever we were coming back, they were a little noticeable, but other things were stopping me from caring, really. But I have some stuff in the bathroom for it. It should be fine. I just don't want Dad to see, so I'll probably go to bed early today. It's been a lot of things have gone on today.
Understandable.
Yome?
Hmm?
I'm fine with you keeping that as long as Miss Toki, until she gets here tomorrow, you can keep it. She'll probably want it back, though.
Of course.
I will say, I'd like it so that it can maybe be used tomorrow, but if you want to stay in it tonight, you can.
If you want to use this tomorrow, then I'll go back in it. Then I'll go back in the PET, and then I'll come back in first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Unless you don't want me to.
You guys can do whatever you want. I'm fine with it. Maybe give Cross and Bug Vader a try too.
What say you, Cross?
It sounds exciting. I would like to feel a body for a bit.
You guys go ahead. You guys actually look human.
But what about the viruses in real life, Bug Vader?
My old Navi used to go in copy bots to help me carry stuff back home from town, Bug Vader. You look a lot more, well, potentially a lot more human than he did.
I don't want to add to your bullying. As long as you're sure that I'm not going to cause a ruckus.
Or that I'm going to cause a ruckus.
Then fine.
Do you mind if... Bug Vader? And Bug Vader? Do you mind if we call you differently?
Oh, we discussed that in my head already.
Oh, you did?
We're not in your head.
I'm Bug.
I'm Vader.
I don't think I want to be in his head.
That makes a lot of sense. So if I want to talk to one of you, then you can both talk, okay? I don't feel right only talking to one. I don't know what is up with both of you, but if both of you are there, I'd like to be able to speak with both of you.
You're going to make him blush.
Can he blush?
Can I blush? Am I
He
blushing
starts
right
sparking.
now?
Is this blushing? Red sparks go through his head. There it is. Anyway. He looks over toward Yome. I think I'm ready to shut off for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Rest well.
she she just kind of has like that little sneaky idea, and then she's just gonna kind of turn around and just like pull her hair up, kind of all like pseudo sensually.
Then do me the honor.
Yeah, I can. He like reaches over toward where he was pressing underneath her hair.
Be gentle.
He just closes his eyes and presses. Like,
And then she goes, ah, and then just cause she can.
Cross, from what you saw with that, Yome began to collapse. Her body seems to collapse a little bit, very slowly, not like falling off and like breaking or anything like that. But as the body seemed to go down, it seemed to again like go into a kind of sitting position, almost like a Japanese like kneeling position. As it happens, Yome's features all disappear, and all that's left is the copybot kneeling on the ground.
Yeah, you just heard that. Ah!
Yome, you get sent immediately into the home network.
I regret nothing.
Makes my way to the PET.
As Alan is just sitting there in front of the copybot, he like makes sure that the copybot isn't going to like get up and move. He goes around it. He just looks back to the PET and with a bit of a sigh, and then he leaves toward the restroom.
When he looks at me, she has some very interesting programming.
Yeah, she does.
I can hear you.
I'm leaving now.
She made me watch.
Yome,
Little
you
did we
are-
know Cross is gonna be the true villain, and that's her motivation. You made me watch.
Yome,
Why
you've
would-
made your way back into the PET with Cross. Bug Vader, as you're looking around, you've been patrolling with the two Metools. As you have been looking around and talking with Alan, and kind of seeing some of the things that they have seen, you haven't been really paying too much attention to it, like Cross has been, but you could basically like look over and see every now and then. But as you've been looking around here, patrolling around the giant, like mechanical plant that seems to have made its way into the center of this place, I'd like you to go ahead and roll me for your scan to see if you sense anything around the area throughout your entire trip here.
Whee! Yeah.
10 plus, I believe, 2. You haven't really seen many viruses.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
My scan isn't a 2, is it? Hold on.
Yeah. Don't worry,
oh,
you
it's
guys.
Link, that's my big one. Okay, sorry.
Don't
Mixed
worry,
up.
you guys are gonna get stats after your fight with
Oh no, I just
Smokeman,
mistook
so don't worry.
scan for Link.
As you are looking around, you've mostly just saw helpful Metool viruses. However, you have seen, if I could find them, boop. You have seen every now and then around the area these viruses. They seem to be off hiding in corners. They don't really do much of anything. You do know upon seeing these, if you'd like to roll me for your link. Actually, no, this would be data. This would be data. My bad. Data.
Oh,
Sorry.
get my hopes up.
Sorry, dude. Okay, that's really good. You do know that with your data roll there, the use of these viruses, as far as actually domesticating them, they seem to be here to basically be alarms. They're here to where if they see any like alarming things or whatever, they start acting up. And once these viruses start acting up, that's whenever the programs around know, okay, something's going on. So they don't really do anything like the Metools do, but once these viruses act up, you know there's a bigger virus in the area acting up.
Okay, so they're also my BFFs along with the Metool.
Yeah, they're fine. As long as they're not acting up, they're fine. They mostly just like run around being cute little bunnies.
Then
And
salute
tasing
to
people.
them.
You find one of these as it's just like off in the corner. It's like away from you, like You salute to it. As you salute to it, it kind of like bounces over. It notices you're not trying to murder it as it just kind of bounces around at you.
Ah, boy.
You give it self-confidence. It knows it's not going to get murdered by you, so it just starts bouncing away now.
Keep a good lookout.
I must tell the others, this one is a fool. Soon we will overthrow the monarchy.
They're like seagulls. Feed one, the flock comes.
It's basically, if this thing were to have attacked you, you know that means there's a stronger virus around, and that's why it attacked you. Like, if these things start acting up, it's just because there are viruses acting up already. As you patrol around, you mostly just see a couple of them, a couple of those, as well as Metools. There are no Canadums. There's another Bug Vader for some reason. No. There are no Canadums. There are no like sortie viruses or anything like that. There's just mostly the regular sort around. You finish your patrol and you make your way back to the PET. As you guys are in the PET, you guys do know that there is still that one bit of unlocked data that's here that you guys have found. That you had found over in the entertainment sector of the home network that Cross had found and brought here. You guys also know that you guys can jump into the to the greater network whenever you want to from here. However, as I've said both of those things, eventually Alan does make his way back into the room. Boop. As Alan makes his way back into the room, he seems to have taken off his blazer. He seems to have just his an undershirt on, and he seems to have, like, around the areas that he has burns, he seems to have a slightly gel-like substance around it. You guys also see that there are a couple of marks left over from his fight earlier today as well that he put some stuff on. As he comes back inside, he looks over to you guys. I think I'm gonna head off for the night, guys. Do you guys need anything before I go?
I do not think so.
Oh, one more second, actually. He makes his way over to you guys. As he does, he seems to pull out a couple of small drives from his desk, and he puts them inside of his PET. With that, he has obtained the two new battle chips you guys have found for him. As he has obtained the Wide Sword battle chip as well as the Smoke Claw battle chip. He looks to the Smoke Claw battle chip and looks back to you guys. This is interesting. If you guys wanted, we could even get rid of some of these for some money, too.
Battle chips.
I think that something unique like this one would probably fetch a pretty high price at a chip trader. But that'd be up to you guys. They're also here to keep you guys safe, after all.
And
Donovan's
technically speaking,
Donovan's a bit of a collector. If we were to show him something like this, he'd probably want to at least get something for it. Although, I'd like to show it to him whenever he doesn't have other people around, so maybe sending him a message about it. I'll let you guys decide about that. But if there's anything else, guys, just make a noise. I'm gonna turn off the monitor, okay?
have a good night, Alan.
Yes, good night.
Good night, guys. It's nice having you around today.
Likewise.
Sleep tight. Don't let the Yomes bite.
Excuse me, I did not bite him.
Night. He pushes off the button. You guys can no longer see inside of Alan's room.
That just kind of looks at Cross and just kind of hands on hips.
I did not bite him.
It was a joke.
Oh. So you can make jokes, but you don't understand them.
When it's convenient.
Oh, I see.
When it's convenient, I can joke. Thank you very much.
When it's convenient, I can forget to.
Well then, now what do we do? What did you find at that plant, actually?
I didn't find much, mostly just how to make it work, how to change colors and such.
That could be done with a button.
You guys do know, by the way, before I get off of that plant, because the plant was something that was pretty interesting. Whenever Alan had turned off some of his lights in his room, you guys did know that the plant was giving off was giving off its own light, almost like a night light as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, continuing.
Maybe, if you care to, we could take another crack at that locked data?
Ah, yes. We could give it another try. Where is it?
Where is
Over
it?
there.
There is a piece of locked data. It is a purple like diamond-like shape as you get brought over to you. You had tried opening this before, Yome, but it seemed to be a little bit more trouble than the one you had unlocked before. Would you like to go ahead and give me a going over?
Would this roll be easier considering I failed 2 times before?
This would be I believe a sync roll. Is it a sync roll? I believe it's sync rolls. This would be a sync roll. It would not be easier, at least as far as like from what you would understand.
Okay, I'm gonna save my last inspiration. I'm not gonna use it.
Okay, that's pretty
18.
fucking good. As you guys go to open the locked data that is here, you guys find a decent bit of Zinni inside of this. You guys remember also getting some Zinni from whenever you guys had defeated some viruses along your way. I don't know if you guys had kept up with it. Jake, I think were you writing it down, Jake? Somebody was writing it down.
Let me check my notebook. Yeah, we had gotten 700 total.
Altogether? This is dwarfing that entirely. As you look in here, you find about 5,000 Zinni.
Just gonna put a 5 in front of that 7.
So that we each have 700, and then, or is
No, that was how many
5,700 altogether?
Altogether.
Alrighty.
As of right now, the party Zinni is 5,700. Let me go ahead and just give you guys a token for that so you guys can keep track of it.
Yeah.
And boop. Because it is a data thing as well anyway. So there's Zinni.dat. Look at this over here. It's such a good little data. This is what's going to be actually in the PET. You guys are each going to have this going to put on your table, and we'll make it bigger so you guys can keep track of it. So we'll say that's about how big it'll be for each of you. And this is what's actually in the PET. So this is something that you probably don't want to get stolen. This little bit of stuff in the PET. But altogether, this should be 5,700 we'll put on there. Copy. There we go. I'll put one over by you, Will.
I got one.
You got one? Well, these are,
Yeah,
it now has the actual stuff on it if you want me to.
Oh, I just kind of did Party Zenny.
Oh, you did?
And then-
Okay, never mind. My
Yeah.
bad. There you go. All three of you now have it. We'll go off of whoever has the highest amount if we ever have to. That way, it's like whoever has been keeping up with it.
Me.
But yes, each of you have 5,700. All of you collectively have 5,700 Zenni.
Wow, we have $57, guys. Can that get us a copy of
Nope.
Nope.
Could get you quite a few battle chips.
Fuck those. No. You can't fuck battle chips.
But if we buy the battle chips, we can kill monsters faster. If we kill monsters faster, we make more money. We make more money, we get the copy bot.
I
We
see.
get the
Buy
copy
money to
bot.
make
We
money.
get the Allen.
Spend money to make money.
we get the copy bot. We get another copy bot. And then when we have two, Alan is helpless.
Ah, I see. Navi prostitution. That's a great idea.
Perfect plan.
We'll use Toki's. I'm not soiling my copy bot with someone else's crap.
You start thinking about that, and you're like, oh, technically that means that Alan got a kiss from Toki. I'm kidding.
Nope, because I was in it.
As you guys are here with the new bit of money, would you guys like to what would you guys like to do for the remainder of the night? At this point, you guys have mostly observed everything here in the home network.
Oh, that's why you were replying.
Oh, are you? Yeah, you're on push to talk, dude.
Yeah. So, you said we could buy battle chips, right?
Yes.
Could we do that like nowish?
No, we have to go out.
You have to go and find the chip trader. As of right now,
Right.
the only person you know who does like trading chips is Donovan. However, there seems to be an actual chip trader somewhere.
All right.
So if you guys would like to, you could message Donovan and Blitzman. At this point, you guys do know that both them and Miss Toki are in Alan's contact info right now. Mostly because he very quickly contacted Donovan, just basically off memory of his contact address. So Donovan and Miss Toki are in the contact right now. If you guys would like to, you could see if there's anybody else in his contact info.
Do I have Blitzman?
Blitzman is Donovan.
Then I want to contact Blitzman.
Okay. Do you guys want to look up if he has anybody else in his contact info, or do you guys want to just go for the Donovan / Blitzman?
I mean,
It would
in
be nice
terms
to know who he has contact for already.
mm-hmm.
With that being said, Cross, you can easily figure that out because you are the one with the interface. Cross, you know that he has 3 other people in his contact information. He has his mom, his dad, and John.
Hell's John?
Not John, John. This is why Squeaky wants me to call her Jan.
Oh.
So you know that he has his mother's contact information, his father's contact information, and Jan's.
And his mother's lover's
Other than
contact.
Donovan and Miss Toki.
Okay. I'm just taking note of it.
Which means that at that point he has, you have access to Blitzman, Miss Prague, and Shellfox.
Can we make separate calls, or would we have to do that
You can make
simultaneously?
separate calls.
Okay, I do want to check up with Miss Prague then.
Okay. While they're doing that, what do you want to do? What do you want to do there, Yome?
Can I browse the internet while we're in the home network?
You can definitely browse the internet, or you could go into the city network.
Why browse the internet when you can be the internet?
I'll browse the I'll browse the city network.
You want to go into the city network?
Yeah.
Voop.
My cat is the worst. She has started making a nest underneath my computer.
There's something
There
underneath.
are 2 things she's interested in looking
Out
up.
here, sortie virus. You freaking sortie virus. No one cares about you.
To blow his mind and destroy his dick in 10 different ways.
We'll get to what you're doing in just a second, Yome, since you're going in the actual net.
Mm-hmm.
So first things first. Bug Vader.
Hi.
You make your way off to the sides of of the PET, and you go to contact Blitzman, as
Yep.
well as Donovan, because Donovan will be there.
Yeah.
As you contact, a small window appears. Blitz! Oh, it's you.
I
Hey,
thought it would be one of the pretty ones.
how are the med tools doing?
The Met Tools? You mean the ones you have with you?
Oh, I thought you said he's rescued. Okay.
Yeah, he
hold
rescued
on.
these Met Tools.
Okay, I thought they were with him.
Hmm.
Never mind.
That's fine.
Reverse. Hey, thanks for saving these guys.
Oh, you mean the Met Tools? Yeah, I didn't do it for any reason. They were just there, you know, and they were gonna explode.
Baka.
It's just, you know, if I'm really strong, then I gotta make sure that the ones that aren't really strong don't explode, you know? This seems natural.
Yeah. Tsundere talk later. Okay.
What's
It's
a
just
tsundere?
just basic economics.
What's a tsundere? Also, why do you talk weird?
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
I have a question for you. Where's the black market?
No, we don't want to know that.
Black market? I don't know. Probably in the internet.
Okay, in all seriousness, do you know where to buy some battle chips or where a battle chip trader would be?
Oh, battle chip trader? Probably over at Higsby's.
Bigsby's?
It's a store. Off in the city. Usually, people go there. It's right beside the arcade. It's where a lot of net battles happen.
Ah, that makes sense.
Why, you looking to get better? No matter how many chips you get, you're still gonna lose to me, you know. By the way, when are we gonna schedule our fight?
Oh, I wish I knew, but so much shit is going on lately.
Yeah, today seemed pretty full up. I mean, I guess it was a good enough reason, like saving the school or whatever. The great Donovan and I won't be here tomorrow. I think they're still talking about letting him back in school. But we're gonna be over by Higsby's if you make your way over there.
Well, since I'm gonna be there anyway.
I mean, if you want, we could probably like meet up there, and I don't know, we could either battle or hang out or whatever. I mean, as long as, you know, all of you were there.
Do you want to do the battle before we shop?
What?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, we're gonna be there because probably shouldn't tell you. Probably after. If you guys want to come into the city tomorrow, we can meet things up. Should probably Yome and Cross, they won't like it if Alan gets beat up, right?
We wouldn't like that either.
Got it. I won't invite the great Donovan's friends. You know what? I just won't even tell him you're coming.
Master plan.
Good.
Well, if you guys want to make your way over to Higsby's tomorrow, I'll see you there.
Are you sure you don't know where the black market is?
Probably in the undernet, but I don't think we're allowed to go there.
We're not going there. Okay. Talk to you later.
All right. He just hangs up.
Were you really going to start a whole thing without us getting our new chips?
Well, since we missed our battle, it'd only be fair to be at the position we were before.
Oh yeah, only fair. You think he cares about that? The great Donovan probably will beat him up even more now.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think it'd only be fair. We don't know each other's powers, and now he taught us where the store is, and
Shut up! This isn't a duel. This is a battle. He's the bad guy.
well, I mean, he saved these mech tools.
Well, yeah, but some bad guys can like dogs.
Haven't you watched Dodo's Strange Exploits?
I'm just look. I want to be a little bit honest. Okay, we missed the battle. Yes, it was for good reason, but
Do what you want. Get your ass kicked. I'm not gonna feel it, apparently, because I can't even use this body anymore.
Jesus.
Sorry. Just how about you go to sleep? I'll go be here.
Sounds like a plan.
Bug Vader, you end up getting done with that conversation, potentially telling Alan about heading off to Higsby's tomorrow. You guys can figure that out at some point. To Cross,
Hello.
you had said you wanted to contact Miss Prague.
Yes.
Where's she at? I can't even find Night Bunny.
Did you accidentally throw him on the floor or
I
something?
might have threw him on the floor somewhere. That's why I'm checking. Oh,
I
no, she's over by you. Why do you
Huh?
have him over here?
I don't know.
You have
But why
both
is
of them over
Sorty
here. What the hell?
Why is Sorty on the floor?
You know what? Might have been
Smoke-
my fault somehow.
The sortie, I don't know. Those two were intentional. I was wondering how long it would take you to notice.
Oh, I threw
Smoke Man was on the floor.
Smoke Man on the floor because he's Smoke Man. You go and you contact Miss Prague. As you do, Miss Prague's window appears on the screen. Oh, hello there. Oh, it's you. Hello, Cross.
Also, if I remember right, we didn't contact them again after we left.
What do you mean?
Like, because she was like, ID, go. Or wait. Was there a thing after that? I can't remember.
I don't know. You haven't seen Miss Prague in a long time. I mean, you talked with Night Bunny, but
I'm leaving now. I hang up. I go and throw myself into the darkest pits of the internet.
Hey, I want to join you. We could probably buy drugs to put on Donovan's person.
I'm gonna die. I certainly don't want you there.
hello, Cross. Are you checking up on us?
Yes, I wanted to see how you were doing.
Well, we're doing all right. There wasn't any serious injury or anything. She was able to go off to the emergency room, but they just sent her straight home. She's resting in her room right now. I've been keeping up with a bunch of different inquiries from the school, asking about what had happened. We're having a bit of a trouble ascertaining the cause of the explosion at the school net.
That was the Navi from earlier.
Yes, I had assumed. But I have to make sure that the principal understands everything and that, well, from what I saw, everything's still in its proper place, thanks to all of you. We'd also decided that while there is going to be no school tomorrow, we are going to let Donovan come back the day after, even though what had happened, since he did aid you guys.
That's fair and will probably be good for his temperament. At least one can hope.
I had hoped that rewarding something good would probably be better than keeping him down because of it. Maybe we'll work on things a little bit better. However, I'm also going to make sure that whenever I grade tests and other things from now on, to take special note of Alan and Donovan's sheets.
That would be a very good idea.
I'd also like to make sure that all of you do not partake in anything like that any longer. I know that it's only been the first day you've been here, but make sure that Alan doesn't do anything like that again, okay?
I will do my best to.
Also, she's in bed right now, but she does know who saved her.
Long silence. That will be a conversation for them.
I'd have to say she's grateful. She wasn't nearly as, well, upset as I would have thought. However, I believe that we should, between you and me, Cross, make sure that that site is no longer available to Alan.
Yes, while he's at that age and this is relatively normal, it's not the healthiest solution.
Not to mention, it's not very good for his finances. That site costs a fair penny per month to be associated with. I'm not sure how he's able to get by with it without people knowing, but you should probably remove his information from there and then block the site if I were you. I believe that that will help Alan out a lot with his school life, giving him a little bit of spending money.
Way ahead of you, bitch.
That he doesn't use on those activities.
How'd this bitch know what Yome wanted to do?
I think I know
Yes,
how
and after we'll be saving up for a copy bond. Yome seems very interested in having one.
Well, they are rather expensive. I'm guessing that it's off with you all now.
Yes, it's here.
We'll be coming over tomorrow to speak with Alan, and we'll probably take it back then. Is there any time that would be good for us to come over? We can potentially come over tomorrow evening or tomorrow at night. I'd like to have her rest in, if possible.
Yes, tomorrow night would probably be the best.
Then we'll be over then. I believe tomorrow night his father will be working, so he shouldn't be around. That'd be probably a good time to speak with him about it.
And, a concerning thing, that happened while we were fighting that strange Navi. There did seem to be in contact with someone.
Contact with someone?
During the fight, they were being fed chips. And bickering.
If somebody was feeding that Navi battle chips, it goes against what I had heard whenever I was alone. I had thought this was the work of a solo Navi.
It seemed rather independent, but it may be mercenary? They might have both wanted the same thing for some reason. It was trying to steal data from the school.
I will see what can be done about this. I potentially might petition for the school to allow virus-busting classes to be held a lot earlier. So, look forward to that at the very least. If something like this is going to happen, we probably need to make sure that everyone can see the differences in their networks and make sure they can take care of themselves. I know that I, for one, am probably going to invest in some friendly viruses for the network myself.
We'll call the class Defense Against the Net Arts.
I'll make sure that that's some sort of a donation goal for the next time.
Right. Oh, right. You do that.
She seems to give you a tiny smile.
I have a question. With how Yome acts and you take part in that, is it fun?
She looks to you. This won't get to Alan, right?
No.
Miss Toki, she doesn't need to do what she does. She has a lot of fun doing it. She enjoys it, and I think it's rather cute. As long as things don't go too overboard.
Maybe that's why Cross is so attached to the or Tome is so attached to the copy bot.
Do you consent? Do you consent, Miss Prague? Blink twice for yes, once for no.
It seems to let her out of her shell a bit. She's been studying most of her life to be someone greater, to pay back the people who helped raise her. Whenever she stopped that, she seemed to open up quite a bit, so she seems to enjoy doing things like this. I'm sure it's just a phase, but if she's happy, then I'm happy.
Into the adrenaline rush.
Mhm.
Do you enjoy it?
She kind of like puts
Hangs
puts
up.
like her finger up against her cheek, and she looks like, I've started enjoying it recently.
Thank you. This conversation has been recorded. No.
It's a lot more.
Thank you. This
It's a lot.
conversation has
It's a
been
lot
recorded.
more easy to understand whenever you're actually there, and I think we're done with this conversation.
Maybe I should've
maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk a little more girl to girl later.
Maybe I should watch sometime. Maybe it would help me get a better. Oh, right, yes.
I would like you to please make sure that side is blocked from now on.
We will
Goodbye,
make sure
Cross.
to. Have a good night. I hope she recovers quickly.
Oh, and one more thing. We'll be giving you
Yes.
guys something tomorrow.
Oh, fun. What is it?
That would ruin the surprise. Just make sure there's... Well, make sure you all know that something's happening, okay?
I'll make sure to.
Until then.
Good night. Cross. Damn it, why is everybody a hoe?
I'm not a hoe.
You!
U is a letter of the alphabet. What the fuck you want?
What the fuck do you want?
You are a very focused hoe.
That's not a hoe. That's called committed.
Focused hoe, committed. Committed art
Nah.
is also when you get put in the asylum.
Oh my god.
Just a room.
Just a very padded room.
Very comfy. You can jump anywhere.
Oh, that's what they mean when they say get a room, you two.
Cross will make sure to tell the other two of the surprise before resting for the night.
Okay. Before we get back to that, Yome,
Hi.
you have made your way to the greater internet. You are
So wait.
in the town network.
Okay. Funny enough that Miss Prague mentioned block that site and get rid of his information. Cause there was two things she wanted to do. One, look up more things about copybots. And two, make sure that Alan can't get into that site anymore.
This is why I asked you at the beginning if you wanted to go to the town network or if you wanted to go to the internet. Because the internet is still
Okay.
something you can surf and just kind of do from where you are. Going to the town
Okay.
network means you're leaving the home network and going to other things.
Okay, so
Do you
yeah,
want
I
to just go on the
misunderstood
internet?
you. Yeah, just internet then.
There you go.
Blip. Yes, blip.
Whoop. Get out of here, town network. We don't need you. That sortie's gonna destroy that metal whenever that metal peeks out from under that hat. Yome,
Mm-hmm.
you make your way off to the side of the PT, or you bring up the internet. As you're able to do so, you make sure to do it on the PET instead of the home network because again, you don't want it to be traced by anybody else who's on the network.
Yeah.
Mostly his dad.
Mm-hmm.
As you go about doing this, you are able to easily go to his history and find the site that you guys had used to speak with Night Bunny before.
Mm-hmm.
As you do that, you note that the site, specifically the site that you were on, is offline. That specific cam site or that specific camera is offline.
Mm-hmm.
As you are doing so, you see that there is the Up to the top right of the screen, there is the settings menu for the thing. There is the name Longshot, which is the pin name that that the account is under, the account information, things of that nature. You can also go and look at other cams if you would like.
Lol, blah. I'll humor the curiosity and browse the homepage for like a second. What do people do on this site besides what Miss Toki does?
Upon browsing the home site, it seems to recommend him similar things to what he's already viewed. As you see, there is an entire section devoted to copy bots and other cams.
Is this his kink?
It's just
Are
something.
you into copy bots?
It's not based on his search history. It's based off of the similar streams to the one he usually watches.
Yeah, categories.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to see the user, Alan's mom?
Wow, that's very
Alan's
specific.
mom
Click,
has
click.
got it going. Anyway. But yes, there does appear to be a tag for copy bots. And since the Night Bunny tag had the copybot tag under it, these are similar streams to that stream. You see that
based on these thumbnails, what are
Mhm.
people doing with these copybots?
You see that there are some streams completely run by copybots. That there are just people like you see that one of them is a girl who very much looks more extravagant here than an actual person would be able to, unless they had costumes and things of that nature on. You also see that that they have some wires and stuff sticking out from their arms, like they're kind of plugged into things. You see that there are guys as well. There are guy copybots. You see that there are some sections where there is a regular human guy with a girl copybot. There seems to be a lot of those. There does not appear to be a lot of girl and guy copybots, but there are some there. And there is, of course, like guy copybots, girl copybots, stuff like that.
Huh. Okay.
There is basically, for anything you can imagine, there is probably a copybot for it.
Awesome. Okay. Well,
Tentacle
that
monster?
means this isn't unheard of.
As you
And
look at it, you do notice that there are not a lot of streams for it, though. If you look at it, there appears to just be like one stream for that thing, showing again that while these are available to people, if you look at the actual things on this site, like if you look at all the other things here, they are dwarfed entirely because not everybody can still afford these things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Also, I feel really bad, but I actually really need to go potty.
That's perfectly fine. We can
So
wait.
I just need like 3 minutes.
We
I'll
can
be right
wait.
back.
We can have a bit of a break. My eyes are hurting, and I'm thinking I might want to put some medicine in anyway. I also might want to get a drink, which is right over here. Right
Twinkie.
here.
Okay,
Twinkie.
then. While she's not looking, airplane mama.
But no, like, the one thing I want to make sure, because the way I was talking about it is like, there's so many streams of it. No, there's like, on this page where she's looking at, there's like maybe 10 streams. Because again, not everybody can afford these things. They're not a luxury everybody wants to afford.
Wow, not even the porn stars can afford it?
Again, some of them can. Like, some of them here have. It really depends on, again, how popular, I guess it is, how popular they are.
So,
things of that
not
nature.
so much in the amateur section, but in the pro section.
Basically, you have to make money to get a copy bot. So yeah, you can probably assume that other sites, other than this one is a fairly, again, upon actually looking at the site, this one is a paid site. This one is something that people pay monthly to go here, and not like cheap. From what Miss Prog was saying, this digs into someone's income. Whenever Squeaky gets here, when you actually go and look and see how much Alan is paying here, he's paying about $60 a month to be here.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
He's
And
really
again,
devoted to this.
It's just something there, man. But again, the reason why this place is so like that is because most of all the streams here are high quality. There's none that are like amateur, there's no like amateur streams here. They all seem to have like great webcams, great like things of that nature. They're pretty like from what you can tell just from the thumbnails, they are high quality streams.
High quality, you say? To shreds, you say?
If you guys were to go to like a regular like free cam site, you probably wouldn't find nearly as many there that would have anywhere near a copybot thing. And at the same time, if you did, you'd probably wonder about it because like it's like, do you just like live in the city and you go down and like you just like pay for a copybot? That just sounds really dangerous. But
well,
no.
It's probably pirated versions of these sites.
I hope they get washed between
They
customers.
they probably have that. There's probably plenty of sites that have that like basically stream what these streams are doing, just because the fucking internet is trash. But there's also like again, in this technological age, there's also probably like measures against that, like especially whenever there are net navies and stuff like taking over the chats, like Night Bunny. Whenever Night Bunny is not in the copybot, she runs the entire stream. Like she just kind of sits in the corner as a net navi, like in the corner of like the little cam, and just like talk to people and like do other things and like process donations and stuff.
And she's also probably going on Twitch and probably checking the artifact tag.
People are saying free porn exists. Damn it, yeah, free porn exists. It doesn't have his teacher.
So Deco, what you're saying though is, this is the prequel to Detroit Become Human.
By the way, did you know
Alrighty, I'm back. I'm really sorry. I had to go potty so bad. I don't have a gallbladder.
That's fine. Did you have your phone with you?
No.
Okay, because I've been explaining some things while you were gone.
Okay, like what?
The things I was explaining was the fact that this is a paid site. From what you can tell, Yome, upon just like looking at it, the monthly fee for using this site is around $60.
Wow.
Yeah. From what you can tell, every single stream here, however, is very high quality. There is no like amateur thing. This is not an amateur site. From what you can tell, even among these people, like even among the people that get like paid to do this, to be on this site and stuff like that, there's a very small minority of them that use copybots because they are still a very good expense for this.
Yeah.
Not to mention, when you really put into thing, from what you remember, Chill Fox saying, even getting a customized net navi is a humongous expense. So getting a customized net navi and then getting a copybot, yeah.
They're making good money on this site.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, those two things there, like,
that's a lot.
That doesn't go to this site. That's other things. Like that is completely different. But like the reason that there are like again, looking at the copybot tag for you, there's maybe 10 to 12 streams of it, and most of them are offline right now.
Okay.
Like this
Which is the one that is on? Which one is online?
There's a couple of them online. But even just knowing under the copybot tag, there's maybe a dozen streams, just to show it takes a lot of expense to have this happen for those people. Everyone else was just like, why don't we just do regular porn and stream it? Let's do that.
She's curious now.
But yeah, there are about 4 streams right now going on.
Yeah, so it's that thing of, you know what, now she is knowing all this, she is definitely curious what people do with these things. Because one, it's like, not only is it expensive to be on the site, customized navis, like you said, are expensive, and so are these copybots. So it's like, after spending all this money, what do people do with these? So she's gonna just, what are the 4 that I see here that are online?
The 4 that you see here, there is one of them that again is being run just by the copybot. Where she appears to be still like hooked into some things, feeding her power. She also just seems to be the one doing things. You can tell that she is very much a solo act. She is showing people like the different things and whatnot. You're just seeing things from the thumbnail perspective. You're not actually clicked onto it, so you can't hear anything. But you can see like how she's kind of doing things in the thumbnail. She seems to be doing regular cam girl stuff that I don't think I need to go into.
Okay, what about the other ones?
I know. You mean like sitting there blankly and kind of maybe showing some boob a little
She's
bit?
she's
but
she's sitting there. She's naked. She appears to be talking at the moment.
Okay.
She doesn't appear to be doing any actions at the moment. She is apparently talking to the stream at the moment.
Okay.
And
so
she
what about
looks
the
like
others?
and she looks like she's like again like a customized Navi, not like as customized as you, but she does seem to be a customized Navi. She seems to have like little cat ears and stuff like that.
Okay.
Another stream that's going on is between a what appears to be a regular person, a regular guy, and his copybot girl, and they seem to be in the middle of activities.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you can tell, the copybot has been undressed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to say that even though you're wearing clothes while in the copybot, it doesn't mean you can't take those off. And they appear to be doing an activity of sorts.
Sweet.
Other than that,
ping pong?
there is another one of the streams that is up. Appears to be a pair of guys. One of them is apparently a copybot.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be, mostly talking to the chat right now. But they're both very naked, and they are basically kind of laughing. And each of them have like their hands in each other's laps, and like, yeah.
they're doing the chubby bunny challenge.
And finally, the final one appears to be a kind of a girl with a guy copybot. The girl seems to have a remote in her hand, and as she's like touching the remote, the guy seems to be having some different like things, and they're laughing about it as well.
Okay. Well,
he may have a
there's
vibrate function.
two-
Who knows? Anyway.
There are two that she is interested in. She is going to go to the solo Navi, though.
You make your way to the solo Navi. Upon going into that stream, you hear that she seems to be talking back at people. She has like a very high-pitched kind of cutie voice. She is ending a lot of her sentences with nya and things of that nature. And every now and then she gets up and she like kind of does like a bit of a prance around. Her chat is going crazy. Her chat is going a mile a minute at things, and you also notice that she seems to have like a little kind of animated like cat like thing at the bottom of her stream that seems to like come up every time someone does like a donation. Whenever people do donations, they seem to tell her to do things. At which point she does. How long do you stay on the stream?
I'd say maybe a minute or so. See what happens. I was mostly gonna see like what was she talking about to the audience.
She seems to be basically some of the things seem to just be going through. You can see like on the actual stream when certain questions pop up, it doesn't seem to have like a chat on the stream, but like people seem to be able to donate to actually ask questions and ask her to do things. One of the things that pops up is someone asking what all the chords and stuff are for, and she explains that this is a 24/7 stream that she usually does. As she basically stays on stream, so this lets the copybot keep up its power. She can unplug them and do other things when she wants to, but she mostly stays plugged in. Another person asked her if she can like go and do some things over by the bed, and she like kind of laughs like, we just got done doing things, I could go and do things in a minute, like let me get a little bit charged up, maybe charges can happen faster if you guys want me to do things from here or something like that. And then like eventually she does get up and she unplugs herself and she starts doing some cat poses on the ground, and like she has like a tail that she seems to be able to move around by itself and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not donating to ask questions. But I can ask Google for free. I'm going to the other one now.
Which other one?
The other stream she was interested in, which was the guy and girl copybot.
Okay, so it's a regular guy and a girl copybot?
Mm-hmm.
From what you can tell upon going into that stream, they appear to be in the middle of their thing. Neither of them are paying attention to the actual stream. However, from what you can tell, every time a donation or something goes through, the girl's eyes seem to open slightly, and you can almost tell, from the way she looks, she seems to be connected to the stream still. Like she can still read the chat from where she's at. As she says thank you to the people who do things and say them by name. You also hear like he also says thank you after she does, because like, oh, okay, thanks. And they are right now in the position of seemingly a cowgirl position.
Okay.
So
Does she look like she's having fun?
She looks like she's having fun.
Okay, that's all I need to know from this stream. Bye.
Just gonna donate 1 zenny. Are you having fun?
Do you? What are you feeling right now?
Thanks for the $5, dumbass.
Thanks for the $5. Okay. No,
Is this one also donate to ask questions?
Yes.
How much is a question?
It seems to say at the bottom in her description that that any donations over 100 zenny will be heard. So you can't just spam like 1 zennies at her.
Okay, so 100 zenny, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like $1. He's spending like 6,000 zenny on this a month. What's one more fucking dollar?
Just gonna spend our money like that?
No, you're spending from whatever card he has associated here, which technically would be connected to his money, but who's to say?
Fuck it. He's already spending 60 a month. What's one more dollar?
You want to go for it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. To the copybot, what are you feeling right now in descriptive detail? Question mark, ask.
As you have done that, the site itself seems to have detected that you are a net Navi. This site is very advanced. This site seems to have detected that you are a net Navi. A prompt comes up where it asks you if you would like to actually have your username be used, or if you would like to show up as like a thing in the side of the screen.
Like, what do you mean as a thing on the side of the screen?
If you look at the screen, there appears to be little chibi versions of there appears to be like a little chibi version of the copy of the Navi on the stream. So it's basically saying, do you want to have this be asked under Longshot, which is the name of the account, or would you like there to be a little chibi Yome on the screen?
You know what? I like that.
You want there to be a little chibi Yome?
No. It sounds like a great idea, but no.
Also, by the way, just to give people a perspective, just because I want people to understand that, like what's going on here. The Navi itself appears to be like a little shark girl Navi. She appears to have like a little shark fin, but other than that, she looks like a human girl.
It's that thing of it sounds great and cute to have a little cute chibi Yome ask this question, and maybe people be like, "Ooh, that's a cute ass Navi," but
and then one of the old men who's watching, I know that Navi. I've seen that when I was young.
It's that thing of she doesn't know who frequents these sites. Alan might think that other people or his peers probably don't, but if he was able to get in this, she does not doubt for a fucking second someone else isn't on that site either. So she's not dumb.
Okay.
She will appear as Longshot.
Okay. As things go on, after a couple of minutes, because of stream delay, there does appear to be a sound on the thing as the shark girl's name kind of goes, the eyes kind of go wide for a little bit as she's in the middle of doing what she's doing. She says, "Thank you, Longshot, for your question." And she starts. She looks forward. How would I explain things? Well, we copybots, we can basically feel everything as far as you humans can. So basically, I don't really know how to answer the question.
You tried, Nico.
I really did.
You tried. Thanks. Good to know.
I did my best, guys. Leave me alone.
She'll be like, thanks. Good to know for the future. Leaves. Gonna go into account settings now.
You leave the stream. As you do, you're back at the home menu area where everything is shown. A new stream seems to have gone live, but other than that, one of the other streams seems to have gone down. As you look off to the account settings, you do see that he has a certain amount of credit stored up, where 100 of that has gone away since you have done your thing.
Yep.
And from what you can tell, you can definitely go to the account settings, and you can make it to where you can dislodge, I guess, or like get rid of the whatever card he's using to feed the site money. You can definitely undo it.
Yeah. I mean, he's already said he's not gonna go on the site anymore anyway. There's no reason for him to keep paying for it then.
Would you like to remove his card and payment information from the site?
Of course.
Okay.
He doesn't need this site. He has you now.
As you remove the card and payment information from the site, it does the whole thing of "Are you sure?" and you go yes. It seems to say there are 14 days remaining on his account, and once those 14 days are up, then the site his account will be down.
Okay. What about the remaining credits? What happened to those?
They'll probably disappear. Right now, from what you can see, he seems to have around 1,100 credits.
So
and
these
these
are it's kind of like riot points now, huh? Like these credits.
Riot points. You want to get a new skin?
It's that thing of if I use all of these up, it's not going to take away his money anymore, right? From the card.
These are already there. These are already on the site.
Sweet, I can't wait to use up the rest of these.
What do you want to do with them?
Alrighty.
Do you want to do something with them now? Do you want to do something with them later? Apparently, he's still on this for another 14 days, no matter what you do. You could delete his account, or you could just change some of the things around. It depends on what you want to do.
Well, if I just delete the account, it's just like, does that just get rid of it in no 14 days?
Yep.
Oh,
Probably.
then okay, yeah, fuck this shit.
You want to just delete it?
Yeah, I'll get rid of this.
You go to delete his account. As you do, it says that it has sent him an email verification.
Oh, well then, let's go into his email and get rid of that. I'm gonna go access Alan's email.
As you have left that area, you would like to access his email. You know that his email goes through his PET. At this point, Cross and Bug Vader, you guys see a new one of the towers seem to have lit up. As you guys know, there is a new message in Alan's PET.
Ooh, what's this?
Can I see it?
You definitely notice that happens.
Don't touch it, please.
Navi?
Why not?
Well, first off, I need to look at this, for I requested this email.
You requested it?
Mm-hmm.
What for? What is it?
I'm deleting the account of I'm deleting Alan's account.
Oh, that's very good. Miss Prog asked me to remove his information and block the site.
Yes, I found a way to just outright delete the account altogether. This is an email confirmation to make sure that he is actually deleting his account. I don't want him to see this. In case he relapses.
Those poor cam people. They're never going to get those 1,100 points. They're just going to fall off into the ether.
Let's hold that email for them.
You just want the URL for blackmail services, aren't you?
What?
Is it one of those emails where you have to click the link to confirm, or just okay?
You have to it basically confirms things so that nobody can delete it other than him.
Yeah.
All I have to do is click this link and that account is terminated. He still has some credits on it. I was considering using them up, but I'd have to use them on those streams. I did use a couple, though.
No?
Yes.
I actually asked Miss Prog about them.
Yeah?
They are apparently fun.
Fun? The streams? It seems like...
Doing them, yes.
It seems like the copybots have fun. there are other copy bots on the site as well. I had found one rather interesting. And I thought to ask her some more
Will,
questions.
you're echoing.
Yeah? What?
You're echoing.
You're
a bit.
echoing.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. No problem. I'm just letting you know.
I thought to ask her more questions, but some things I want to find out for myself.
Hmm.
So, unless there are any objections from all of you, I will be deleting this account and blocking it. I don't want him on this site.
No, I share this plan.
Bug Vader? Bug Vader?
I can hold on to the email after you use it.
After I use it, it is useless.
I know.
He just wants the URL so he can blackmail later if necessary.
What?
Blackmail who?
That depends on what happens.
Clicks link. Clicks link.
You
What does
click
it
the
do?
link. It brings up the window in front of you as you are up to the thing. It has logged you out of the account, and it says that your account has been successfully deleted.
Alrighty, I'm gonna block this site now.
Okay, you block the site on his Explorer, as you
Yep.
do.
I'm
It
also
says-
gonna delete this email.
It does not seem
And then-
to be able to come back.
Yep, I'm gonna delete this email, and I'm gonna empty out the trash. You're
I'm
not
going
getting
to
this
go
email,
to the
bug.
recycle bin, and I'm going to click empty recycle bin.
Oh
I'm
wait,
gonna
wait,
delete-
wait! Before you delete the email, block the sender.
Oh,
Block-
of course. That's a great idea.
I'm gonna block the site from sending him emails too. Yeah.
Oh
The
man,
site does not
oh,
exist for Ellen anymore.
oh man, it'd be really bad if somebody like knew how to get through those things and make a new email.
Shush, we're trying.
Sorry,
We're trying, okay? We don't want him
sorry
on this dumb site.
Thanks for making me waste $11, but whatever.
Who the fuck told you to?
I didn't delete it. She did. She made you waste $11.
I do want to bring up, as soon as a long shot was shown onto the stream, it seemed like Night Bunny and Miss Prog immediately latched on, or Night Bunny slash Miss Prog seemed to latch on to that name and like talk to you guys about it. From what you guys could tell, he had not talked or give anything to Miss Toki's stream. From what you could tell, Yome, upon looking at his account information, he seemed to not be using any of those points on Miss Toki's stream. However,
Does
he
it
did.
show where you-
However, he did seem to have. He did seem to have less points than before.
Does it say what he used them on?
You didn't ask.
Okay.
Just
fine.
showing that, even though he was on that side for her, he might have also saw another stream or two.
Mm-hmm.
He's a growing lad, okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Maybe he was trying to be like, maybe I should look at someone other than my teacher and not look at my teacher again.
Goes back to my teacher.
Alan's mom. She looks. Uh-oh.
That is not
That's-
a thing, Will.
Oh well.
Alan's sister.
But yes, if you were curious, and just to kind of like get it out there, one of the other streams he donated to was the one with just the copy bot.
Lol. Well, okay. That's great. So, yeah, I'm emptying the trash, getting rid of any evidence of this email.
There you go. You have
So
done so.
what you're saying is, Deco, he's a technophile.
I mean,
Really loves that
anytime he's dealt with regular people, they've heard him. So I'm kidding.
Technology is pure. Technology is clean.
He's basically like Victor before he went crazy for the Great Evolution. The glorious evolution. Anyway.
Yep.
But you have done
Yeah.
so.
It's done.
It is at this point, Bug Vader, you have been told by Bug to maybe like kind of shut down for the night and kind of get everything kind of settled and settled from what you've learned for the day. The other two of you guys don't really get tired, but you do know that shutting down is a good way to not only save all the things you have done for the day, but update your. It does seem to also update your backup data.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let them know about the whole there will be a surprise tomorrow. They refused to tell me.
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if they told you, but that is somewhat exciting.
Yeah, it's just if something unexpected happens tomorrow. Since,
Do you also tell them that she'll be coming by the night?
yes.
It'll be tomorrow night by the time Miss Toki comes by.
Hmm.
That was all.
All right.
So like Will's 40K character, yeah. This is just the backstory for Will's 40K character. Eventually, Alan changes his name and gives up on humanity, and goes into fucking space. Anyway,
Becomes really aggressive.
I'll only believe it once we get backstory on the sad clown paintings.
Well,
note to Phantom: make clown Navi as a villain. Anyway, no. But with all that being said, do you guys want to do anything else before the night's over?
Nope.
No, we can always ask Miss Toki how much a copy bot costs. Like, that was the only other thing she was gonna do, was just quickly, like, Google the cost of a copy bot.
From what you can tell, there's no real consumer areas to buy them. You'd have to buy them from one of the sources, which appears to be a site called snetwork.com.
Oh. Okay.
If you'd like to go there, you can check on it. However, I will say it does not seem to be the safest of sites. Again, because there's no consumer site for it. You have to get it directly from the thing. You have to trust that site a lot in order to go to it. And perhaps asking Miss Toki might be better.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Miss Toki.
With that being said, do you guys have anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. The three of you shut down. Upon shutting down, the three of you will at that point be able to update your ghost not your ghost data. That's depressing. You'll be able to update your backup data. You guys now, if anything happens to you, you will be put into the place you're at now, the mental state you're at this point. With that being said, eventually, the morning comes. Cross. You are the first one to shut on in the morning. You know that the reason that is because the PET around you seems to have woken you up slightly before time to wake Alan up for school. However, there is no school today, you understand.
Yes.
You look over toward both Bug and Yome. They both appear to still be shut off for the day. They're just kind of like either standing or sitting in an area with their eyes closed. Do you want to make a noise and wake Alan up, or do you want to push that back some and shut down some and wait for Alan to get up?
What time would it be around now?
As of right now, it is around 6:30 in the morning.
Let him sleep in. He can wake up at like a nice 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Okay, you want to move the alarm to around 8:30?
Yeah.
You're gonna you'll give him
for
about
today.
You'll give him about 2 more hours for the day. You make sure to also make to be sure this is just for the day. As you do you want to just kind of shut down until that comes around, so you'll be woken up to wake him up then?
Yeah.
You shut down for a couple of more hours. You wake up right as it gets around 8:25. You notice that again, both Yome and Bug seem to have their eyes closed, being shut down.
I'll wait until 8:30, and then I'll go to wake everybody up.
Okay. Around 8:30 comes. As that happens, the one of the spires in this place seems to light up as an alarm goes off across Alan's room that can be heard from inside as well. As this alarm goes off, Yome and Bug Vader, you guys seem to snap to consciousness as the alarm goes off.
I'm bored.
Oh. Is that what it's like to sleep?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As the alarm goes off, the front panel that shows Alan's room seems to come up again, because it'd make a lot more sense if the alarm went off and you guys were able to talk to him to wake him up in the morning. However, as the front panel comes up, what was that?
Question in private, Deco.
Let me go look. No, not today.
Okay.
I will say there was probably an attempt, but not
Okay.
today. With that being said, going back to the other thing really quick. From what you guys can tell, upon the screen opening and you guys looking into Alan's room, Alan is not on his bed.
Oh.
You can see that his bed has been made and his door is open.
I'm surprised he woke up so early. I gave him extra time to rest.
See.
Especially after yesterday.
If you guys would like, you could potentially turn on some of the functions that Alan usually turns on, such as the speaker system and things of that nature inside of here, to potentially try to hear outside.
Mhm. That's what she would do.
It's very easy to do so. I will say that it's a lot easier for Cross than for Yome. However, it's a very simple program, so it's very easily turned on. Yome takes like a couple more seconds. She turns on the internal speakers of the place. Around this time, you hear a very faint conversation happening from outside Alan's door. You hear what appears to sound like another man's voice. However, again, it seems very hard to hear. If you guys would like to try to turn it up or not, you can, but it is very hard to hear at the moment.
I can't hear anything, Cross.
Let me try. I will try to help us hear the conversation.
Cross, go ahead and roll me for your data.
Data. Okay, that's one of my infinite twos. 14. 16.
Cross, you're able to turn up the volume at the to the maximum, at which point you still can't hear much of anything. However, you're able to then at that point interface with this place even more, and block out a lot of sound from the sides and turn it up even more. They appear to be pretty far down the hallway. However, you are then able to hear. And so am I just not supposed to ask what happened then? I'm fine. I was cooking and I burnt myself. On your neck? Soup? It splatters everywhere. What about this email I got from your teacher? Whatever. I'll be gone. Yeah, sorry, I'll do better. You don't have to. Just get through it. Have a good day. The door shuts.
Also, I'm proud, son. It takes a man bigger than me to stop fapping to your teacher.
You guys hear feet on steps coming back toward the room.
Turn it back down so he doesn't know we were eavesdropping.
Were you guys eavesdropping? I'm kidding.
Until we confess our sins.
Alan seems to walk back into the room. Upon doing so, he seems to have a bit of a bit of a like kind of a sigh as he does. Not really like looking sad or anything, more looking relieved he's done with that conversation. As he walks in, he looks over toward the PET. As he goes, oh, you guys are awake.
Hmm.
You guys didn't wake me up earlier, so I thought that you guys. Anyway.
I delayed the alarm. I thought you deserved more of a rest.
Oh,
Do you want me to blackmail your dad so you have equality in the house?
what?
What would blackmailing his father do?
It would make it so his father understands that if he slips up, then he is just as vulnerable as he is. No one should take command. Alan is the master of this house.
You guys heard, huh?
It's too early in the morning for this.
It's too early, man. Come on. Oh, you guys heard. Sorry. I was just Dad. He works a lot.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, he saw that I had some burn marks and he was worried about me. He also seemed to have a message from the school about the whole cheating thing. He didn't seem that mad.
You'd think that after things were cleared up, they'd send a follow-up email about that.
I mean, in the end, I was cheating. I don't know. With everything that happened yesterday, I'm surprised he got anything at all, to be honest. I probably should have just came out and told him about it before. He probably wouldn't have been as upset about it. Anyway, how was your guys' night?
It was very...
Sleeping is odd.
Do you guys actually sleep?
Do we?
I mean, you shut yourselves down.
I do not know.
It wasn't like a close eyes, immediately open eyes thing. There was probably a little bit of time in between, but you're not sure if that's actually what sleeping is or not.
Frickin' do we dream?
Do we dream? Potentially. Who's to say? But just like humans, sometimes you guys forget about those dreams, so who knows?
The night
Was it of electric sheep?
I just like to think it's just like a fucking, like, one of those, like, maze screensavers.
Dude, it was not a instantaneous thing.
I had the most horrible dream. I was trapped in a maze and there was no exits.
I'm sorry, Cross, that sounds horrible.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I was also just talking about that one screensaver where it's just a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And I think I saw it too.
Shh, it's okay, Ben. There's no such thing as two.
Well, he kind of like scratches at his cheek. I feel a lot better today. Do you guys, after everything? After resting. Boop. 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 There you go. There you go, Cross. You can have all your health back.
Yay! I am alive! I do love being alive.
I've only been up for about an hour. So, sorry if I didn't wake you guys up immediately. I didn't really know if you dreamed or slept or not, so my last Navi didn't really talk about it. I'm sure there's a book on it somewhere. Maybe I'll figure that out. Do you guys know what you want to do today? We had talked about yesterday maybe either going to the park or to the city or something. I don't think that we're really going to have too much problems here. The school's already messaged and said that everything was canceled. That was one of the reasons Dad wanted to talk to me. But we should be fine. He should be gone until tomorrow morning.
Well, didn't you want to try out the copy bot, Cross?
That would be fun if we went to the park.
I mean, if you've changed your mind.
Not in the slightest.
It's kind of like the little fingers thing, like the little two little fingers poking, kind of like what Hinata used to do. It's
Like,
like,
well, if you've changed it, I mean, if you don't want to, I could. Cross, do you want to try to upload yourself to the copybot?
Yes, with Alan's permission.
Yeah. Here, let me turn it on. He goes over to it. He presses the button on the back of the neck of the copybot. As it does, it seems to begin to start up and stand up. As it's doing so, you can now feel the connection. Cross, if you'd like to upload yourself to it.
In I go. When I come out, God only knows.
As Cross disappears from the PET, Cross begins to the copybot begins to stand up from your vision, Yome and Bug Vader. As the copybot stands up, it seems to get more shapely. It seems to get its long purple hair. Several things appear around its body. The shield does not show up. However, everything else seems to show up as it raises up from where it was at. Cross, you are now in Alan's room, standing slightly shorter than how Yome stood.
Ooh. She starts looking at herself, starts poking at the bits.
You start poking at the bits as Alan then turns away from you.
I meant like
I'm playing. As you touch the armor feels very solid. It feels very metallic. You bring your hand up to your hair. It feels very hair. All these things seem to be feeling normally, which is why whenever you start thinking about, oh right, I'm feeling things. This is weird. You see, your copybot body seems very sensitive to touch. As you are feeling your hair, you can feel all the different fibers and things that have grown from it, and it feels very nice.
She's just like, ooh, it's so new.
How do you
Isn't
feel,
it?
Cross?
I feel.
That's good. Like again, you guys had senses of somewhat pain and things of that while you're Navis. But like you don't ever take the chance to like feel your hair and things like that, like because it just doesn't really work for you there, but it does work for you here.
She looks at herself, looks over at the PET, looks at Alan.
Is everything working right? You guys, it shouldn't be low power. It should have around somewhere between 9 to 12 hours left from what I saw when we got it out of the closet.
I think so.
If we'd like to, we could make our way to the park today, or we could go into the city to do some shopping or anything like that. I'm fine with it. We could stay here for a bit if you'd like. Where do you want to go, Cross?
Heading into the city sounds fun. I don't think we have much in the way of money.
Not really, no. I mostly have
right.
things budgeted out right now to just give me a little bit every day for lunch.
We cracked that mystery data we found yesterday.
Oh?
It had 5,000 zenny in it.
Oh, wow, okay. We guess we have a little bit then. He looks back over toward the screen. Was that you, Yome? You're the one that usually does stuff like that.
Yes.
Nice job. I knew it couldn't hold you back there before. Again, opening those at all is really impressive. You usually need the unlocker subchip.
Oh. I see. Well, some are harder than others, and some are relatively very easy.
If you guys don't have anywhere really in mind to go, we could make our way toward the park. I mean, there's not a lot to do there, but you guys can at least look around and see it. While we're there, we could maybe give Bug Vader a try once you're done.
That sounds like a great idea, so long as he wants to.
It's up to you, Bug Vader. It's up to you, Bug and Vader. He's like
Sure.
he's like, do I refer to you as Bug Vader? Or do I refer to you individually? He's like, I'll do all three.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Also,
We want to make a stop at Higsby, did you call it?
Higsby's? You know of it?
Yeah.
That's in
We
town.
thought with the money we could probably get some battle chips.
Oh, that's in town. Beside the arcade, we could maybe go there a little bit later.
Alright.
Maybe we could have Cross take us over to the park, and then whenever we're done there, me and you can walk our way to the city. And once we get there, maybe we can get a couple other copy bots for Cross and Yomei to walk around as.
I would love that.
Yes.
Let me out! Let me out!
Yomei just gets close to the screen.
I would love that.
Okay.
Oh, also, since I'm inside this thing,
Mm-hmm.
am I able to like look over its features like other things?
Cross, being you are able to know that your strength is somewhat inhibited. If you were to find some way to go past that, you could definitely feel like you could be at least twice, if not more, as strong as you feel right now. But there is a limiting factor there. You know that there is no way to disable the button on the back of your neck. However, you also feel like you're strong enough to get rid of it. If you ever wanted to.
Just rip off the button. You can't control me now.
Alright, we'll see you when you power down. Anyway.
I am Detroit because
I'm always turned on, Alan.
You know
I'm
that
gonna-
the copybot body is somewhat kind of organic. It's very strange. It seems to be somewhat integrated with that, to where there is a feeling of somewhat moisture about you.
Play with your tits. No, I'm sorry.
And other than that, your functions are very limited. But you have the functions of a human body. You feel like there's not really much that a human body could do that you could not do.
I mean, we don't gotta go pee.
You don't got to, no.
No, we don't gotta go pee.
we're better.
We don't gotta poop. We don't gotta poop either.
You feel like you could eat. Like, you could eat if you wanted to. You don't have to. You feel like you could.
Where does that go then?
Who knows?
Into an
We
incinerator.
can't poop. We can't poop.
I did not say you can't.
What?
I said that you don't have to.
Are we garbage disposal units? Oh man, Alan, eat your broccoli. Fucking Yomei, eat your broccoli.
No, we ship for a fashion statement.
That's dumb.
But no, I texted Y in text, but I think I have to lay it down.
That's cool, dude.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'll try to listen as much as I can.
Yeah, we'll get to stuff in a bit. Don't worry. But as this is going on, Yomei, do you want to do anything before you guys leave the house? Oh, not Yomei. Yeah, Cross. Cross is the one in the copybot this time.
No. But she is going to look at Alan. I would like to do something. I think it might be fun.
What's that?
I remember hearing about them. Well, I never got to see one. A piggyback ride?
I mean, I could try. Yeah, sure.
Alright. She gets down, like, get on my back.
He just looks to you as you just see like
I'm giving
the
you
dead
a
face.
piggyback
Like
ride.
there's just a dead face. He's just like,
Oh, you trying to get some too? You want to squeeze that ass, huh? You trying to squeeze that ass? See, I just kissed him.
he's just
You're-
dead in the face as he's like, I've
You're
already agreed. Okay, but let's not leave the house, okay?
You're making me watch.
Here we go. As he just goes over to you. And he goes to get on you on you.
Make horse noises.
She
You
says
mean,
that. Make horse noises.
She looks back at the PT. You mean like nay?
Yes.
Please don't.
Nay.
Winnie.
Nay.
Okay, let's just
Clip.
get this over with.
Clip clop. Clip
He,
clop.
he very carefully mounts Cross. I mean, he very carefully gets on Cross.
Let's be real.
As he does, Cross, you are able to, as he gets into position, you feel very easily you could lift him up, very easily. As you just
Up he goes.
immediately go up with it. And he goes, and he tries to grab like around, like, okay.
She's even got a ponytail for you to hold on to.
He instead grabs at your shoulders, where the armor is. Let's not leave the house though, okay?
I made no promises.
Cross.
At least grab the PET if you do.
Yeah, I haven't even grabbed the PET yet, Cross. We have to come back for it.
She looks at the PET.
If Yome could get up to the glass, she would.
I don't have to put you down for you to get it.
Please
Goes
don't
up.
leave me with
Alan,
him.
at this point, puts his hand around the back of your neck. Let's not leave the house, okay?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Good. Do you want to take him around a little bit of the house?
Yeah, she's like, yay, I'm giving someone a piggyback ride. This is fun. Bounces him.
The two of you start making your way out from the room. Yome, there they go.
Don't forget to neigh.
Nay.
As you go out from the room, you make your way to the stairs of his house. You see across the stairs there appears to be another room, as well as a bathroom up here. He motions toward the room at the very end, like that's my dad's room. He motions to the stairs and things of that nature. You basically got the layout of it from like him moving around the PET yesterday. Where would you like to take him?
Just I think just a roundabout route through the house of just like, I am experiencing things I have not experienced before. This is exciting.
Yome was right. He's soft.
Man,
I'm gonna find some random freaking country rustic music to play through the speakers.
man, this butt is really tight.
Please don't.
It's really clenched. It's like he's anxious.
About 5 minutes go by the time the two of you return back to the main room. Yome, you see them return. Cross is just looking very happy. Alan is looking very dead. As he just has his head down, he's like, Are we done? We're done, right?
Did you not have fun?
It's embarrassing, Cross.
Why? No one can see.
You can.
I can.
She can.
I recorded it.
I know that the PET doesn't have that kind of functionality, bitch. No.
You don't know of that. You don't know that.
Oh, thank you.
No, she'll put him down.
You let him go as he steps down. He's like, if anybody would have saw that, that would have been really weird. Although, that still is very interesting how sturdy these things are.
If anything ever happened to your legs, we could carry you.
I know that from yesterday. But yeah.
You really are as light as a feather. If I knew what a feather weighed like.
Is a pound of feathers the same as a pound of iron? Anyway.
Yes.
As he goes over to the PET and grabs it. Okay, you had your fun, Cross. Are we gonna make our way over to the park?
Yes. And, we really must get one of these. This is fun.
It really is.
Yeah, we can. I'll try.
But
Please let it.
I also know Yome really likes this thing more than me. So I think I should get out of it now.
You don't want to walk to the park?
Are
No,
you sure?
that's fine.
Are you sure?
You seemed quite excited when you were in it before.
I mean, it is so different. A different way to see the outside world and outside of a screen. But please don't let me spoil your fun. I don't
No,
want
I've had my fun.
Mm.
For now.
Is that alright with you, Alan?
It's fine with me. I think Bug Vader just wanted to go to Higsby's anyway, so once we get to town, we can have Bug Vader join in. If
Of
that's fine with
course.
you, Bug Vader.
Yeah, Bug Vader is fine.
He
Just
nods,
give Alan
he nods toward Bug Vader, and he looks to Cross like, that was interesting, Cross.
We'll have to think of something more fun to do next time.
Maybe on all fours.
You know what? Nobody gets the copy, but I'm just gonna leave.
You know what? I'm just gonna stay home.
She's gonna ruffle his hair and then give him a big old hug. Alright, I'm done.
Hugs back. And then let's go.
Man, this butt is really tight.
Stop! Anyway.
Why are you groping him?
Oh.
At that point, do you remove yourself from the copybot?
Yes.
Cross logging out. As soon as Cross starts logging out, the copybot starts moving toward the doorway as Alan gets in front of him like ah.
You squeezed his butt, didn't you?
I had to carry him.
Very true. I'll go in it now.
Ah. Somebody.
He'd already agreed to my piggyback. There was nothing I could do. Honestly, I was powerless.
As you upload yourself into the copybot, he's trying his best to keep it from leaving as he just has his hands out like on its shoulders like guys.
Oh man, I thought it'd be so funny if he was trying to push it back with his hands on its chest.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I said shoulders. Anyway. As this happens, the copybot seems to stop as it begins to change into Yome. Its hair gets rather long. Its chest seems to get shapelier, and it begins to get its clothing and things of that nature on it. As all of that happens, he seems to stop in front of it, just kind of like, there we go. Hey, Yome.
Damn, no hand on boobs. No accidental hand on boobs.
Why would I do that? That seems like something somebody without 5 intelligence would do.
Okay. Okay, but you agreed to the piggyback knowing that she gonna grow your butt.
I thought I was gonna give her one. I wanted to grow, but anyway, no, I'm playing.
You can't carry us.
I could try. You don't know me.
I could dream.
Already starting to run away, isn't it?
I feel like it knows that it's not low on power, but getting there, and without any sort of something keeping it here, it feels like it's really far away from its point of origin. But if Miss Toki's coming by later, she'll be able to pick it up then. Um, and so, where do you want to go, Yome? Do you still want to go to the park, or do you want to go back to the city?
I'm fine either way, but I'm actually curious if you have eaten yet.
Uh, no, I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm not really that hungry.
No?
Hmm.
Well, then I guess we can head out then.
Okay, is there anything you want to do here?
Mm,
Just
Don't
looks
say
around.
piggyback.
Huh?
Don't say piggyback.
No, I've already carried you enough last night. Hmm.
Just kind of finger on chin, looks around the room.
I can't really think of much. The only thing that really interests me in this house is you and the mate box.
Well, let's head out then. Maybe we'll find something more interesting out there.
Yes.
Wait, did Alan say he hadn't eaten yet?
He
He
said he
hadn't
has not
eaten
eaten
yet.
You know, Yome, that the copybot has eating functionality.
It does.
It does?
I took the time to examine it. It was mostly why I wanted to be in there.
Oh. Hmm. I wonder then what the
do-
purpose of us eating it is, though.
Do you want something? I could make something.
Hmm.
I could make me
Does
something
this-
too, I guess, at the time.
Does this thing feel hunger? I don't think
you
it
do
would.
not feel hungry. You know that you do not need to eat. But as soon as Cross tells you that, you feel like, yeah, you definitely can eat, but you know that this body does not need to eat.
It would be interesting to eat.
Okay, I can make something. Would you like something hot or something quick?
We have a day ahead of us. Something small and quick would be fine.
Mm.
If you'd allow me to help.
Do you think you can?
I don't see why I couldn't.
I mean, you've never had to do something like this before. I mean, I guess you are a Navi, but we could maybe, let's try.
Hmm.
Set this kitchen on fire.
He begins making his way out of his room. You want to follow?
Yeah, follow. I'll grab the PT with us though, or unless it's still charging.
It's still on the charge. However, you do know that Cross and Bug Vader can basically be on anything in the house. Like they can go onto like the living room like TV if they wanted to and things of that nature.
Sweet.
However, we can bring the PET with us if you guys want to leave right afterwards. So,
Yeah, we can do that.
as that happens, you guys do know you can move around from almost any of the electronics in the house though. As Alan goes down to the kitchen-like area where you guys had seen that he had made himself a very slight thing of noodles last night. As he came down toward the kitchen area, he shows you that there are several things here. Something quick would be something like he shows that there is some cereals. There are some like instant things. He also motions that there's bread that you guys can have toast if you want.
Ah, I know now. A sandwich.
A sandwich? What kind of
Mhm.
sandwich?
What goes in sandwiches?
We could put meat, or I think we have some different types of. I have some Nutella. We have peanut butter.
Ah, do you have an apron?
An apron.
Yes.
Maybe. I think there might still be something like that around. Let me go see. He goes over toward the closet with all of the kitchen supplies.
This is so tempting, but she knows he would not like it.
As he goes over toward the closet with the kitchen supplies, he goes through it. He seems to, no, I don't think there is anything like that here. I think Mom might have taken everything whenever she left.
That is a shame. I don't think you'd like it anyway.
Hmm.
No,
I could get.
just
We
something.
could probably get one.
No, I don't think you'd like it.
Okay.
Although you could be well versed in what other people do with aprons.
I get it. I totally get it. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I know why we're laughing.
I get it. I don't get it.
Just imagine. Just an apron. Let's make sandwiches.
You go over toward the sandwich stuff as he just kind of like looks up, and if this was an anime, you'd see like a little thought bubble. It's like just an apron. It's just an apron in his head. He's like, must be some Navi thing. And he just walks over toward the sandwich stuff.
Don't worry, we'll teach him later.
As he makes his way over, at this point, what do you think Yome would like on a sandwich?
Cheese is orange.
Cheese is orange.
You put cheese. Nutella.
He looks at you as you
No,
put cheese.
Oh God.
You reach for the Nutella. He puts his hand out like, Yome? Do you want cheese on your sandwich?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to know some of the things that might go well with that?
Yes.
We could maybe put some tomato on there.
Tomato.
Yeah, I could cut up a tomato. Here, hold on. I have a better idea. He takes the Nutella out of your hands. He sets it away. And he goes to the fridge.
He's like, you put all this stuff in front of her. Sandwich.
He goes over to the fridge. He grabs a tomato that seems to already have been sliced, but it has some wrap around it. He goes over to the drawers and takes a knife out. As he does, he makes his way back over towards you, kind of moving you over toward the cutting board. Do you want to slice up a piece of this tomato? And I can toast the bread a little bit for you.
It's like,
Hold on. I don't think I heard what you said. Are you there? Uh-oh. Something's happening.
1 sec. Hello?
Hello?
There we go. I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I guess you couldn't hear me though.
Not really.
Yeah. So
he had asked if you wanted to cut up the tomato and he could toast the bread a little bit for you. Well, here you go. Hold on. He takes the wrapping off because he's like, I am not letting this happen. And he puts the tomato on the cutting board and he basically goes to hand you the knife.
cuts it in half.
Cuts the cutting board in half.
Just looks at the tomato, cuts the tomato in half.
Maybe make it hold on. He goes over to it. As he does, he puts both halves of the already cut tomato together, and he kind of like cuts like a little slice in between the two of them, making basically two like little ovals of like two like little like a cut out like half circle of tomato. As he looks at it, he kind of motions to it like that. Can you do that a couple more times?
Sure. She'll do that. She'll
just hold
follow
them
what he
together.
did.
Just hold them together right here. He kind of like gets behind you to like move your hand over to the tomato.
Mm-hmm.
And he like has you like close the two halves of the tomato you cut open together, and then just cut it in a strip like that.
Oh, I see.
You can do it. He lets go and he goes over toward the toaster and puts a couple pieces of pieces of bread into the toaster.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just a lot of times.
You slice the tomato completely. As you slice the tomato completely, he looks to you. I guess we'll probably need something to go else with that, huh? Hold on. He goes to his refrigerator and he pulls out a bit of bacon.
Doesn't that need to be cooked?
Yeah. hold on though. He goes to the toaster, pulls out the toast, and puts it on the thing. He then like looks to you. What we could do now is we could cook up the bacon, put the tomatoes on the toast, and maybe make another couple of pieces of toast and use that to melt the cheese after we're done with the bacon. It'd be really good.
I think you really do need an apron then. Bacon grease can splash
You can
and
be
cause burns.
you can be a little careful with it. Maybe we can get one later. We're going out of town, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that's something you want, we can pick one up.
Of course.
Hold on. He finds a pan. He goes about going at the bacon. He looks back at you, and then he's like, you cut that up, so let me do this, okay? He places a couple of strips of bacon onto his pan, and he goes about making it. As he does, it seems very practiced for him. It seems like he makes his own food quite often. As he goes over to it, he seems to very much be very careful with it, so that he shows you that he's not like going to splash the grease or anything on himself. As you're looking at it, you kind of try to internalize the movements and things he's doing as he makes things. You feel like if you were to do this, you could potentially do things around as well as he's doing it now. Basically, you seem to be able to learn by watching. As he makes the bacon, he places it over by the tomatoes on the toast. He puts the bacon down. He toasts 2 more pieces of bread, puts cheese on them, and completes the sandwich area. He does not put lettuce on it. As he puts that down, he looks over towards you. He seems to have made 2 sandwiches with it. There we go. And I guess if you want to be like Dad, you can do this. He gets the knife again, and he cuts the sandwiches into 2 triangles.
Grabs knife.
I don't know why he likes eating them triangled. I mean, I don't see there's a difference between triangles and halves, but he likes them triangles. Which way do you want it?
I can see actually what he means by triangle. It looks a little bit bigger.
Maybe. Here, you can do mine. He hands you the sandwich he made for himself.
Half.
You didn't want to do it triangles?
No, you said you like half.
Maybe it's like what you said. Maybe it's because it looks a little bit smaller. Thank you. As he hands you the ones he made for himself, do you want to attempt to ingest? If you said something there, I did not hear you. Uh-oh.
I couldn't hear.
There you go. I hear you now.
There, Will left, and for some reason that killed the call.
Oh no.
She was just gonna be like,
How interesting. From watching you, I feel like, if given the opportunity, I can do it with no problem.
Oh, really? That's actually really cool. I know that Navis are basically really quick learners because, well, you're programmable. That didn't come out right. I'm really interested to see how this works too. I've never seen a Navi eat before.
Really? Well, you did say that copybots are rare.
They don't really have much showing of them that much. Again, I've seen some pieces on the guy who made them, and I've seen a couple of other things about them, and I've read a little bit about them, but I've never really been around one doing normal, mundane things.
How curious are you about copybots?
A decent bit. I mean, whenever I was younger, I was really interested in customizable net navis, and I guess I still am now. It's the copybot seems to be the next step, you know? Like, we've made things that are almost indistinguishable from humans, and now they're really almost, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Once things
Well,
like that get
there's-
into the public, there won't be any difference at all other than what we use to keep ourselves going.
That is very true. Like, for example, I could take this off if I wanted to.
Kind of like plays with skirt a little bit.
Yeah, you could. That's not right now, but you could.
I mean mostly that if I wanted to wear something else while I was outside and maybe appear more normal, I could.
Kind of
Yeah.
like, can I take off this headband, for example? Her headband.
If you go to take off the headband, you definitely seem like you can. As you do, however, you note that the headband seems to disappear. Yeah, you can take those things off, but you can't really hold them. Hold on, I think you can. You should be able to reset yourself if you want.
How do you think I look without it? Do I look more normal?
As you take the headband off, your hair doesn't really move too much from how it normally does. However, upon he's looking at it and looks to you, I mean, I think you look great with or without it. But if you want to look more human, yeah, you look much more like it. Hold on, here. He goes forward. As he does, without him thinking about it, because if he thought about it, he would not do this. He reaches towards your chest. He seems to put his hand on the mid part of your chest, and he seems to pull back the small emblem that is on your chest. Upon doing so, the emblem seems to disappear. There you go.
Oh. At first, I thought you were taking a step in boldness.
He puts the sandwich in his mouth.
But
And she just kind of like looks at herself again. Just now, like her dress looks more like a dress, and just kind of does a little twirl and just like,
I guess one can say I look a little bit more human.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Mhm.
everything okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was. I touched a boob.
You go, Alan. Look at you.
Look
So
at you go,
confident.
reaching for titty.
He didn't touch titty. He touched emblem.
Emblem titty. Titty emblem. New video game.
Titty emblem. You mean that's not what the game was already?
As he eats half of his one slice of the sandwich, he looks back to you. I think
the same.
I think that you could go around like this and almost nobody would say anything. You go to your sandwich and you take a bite out of it. As you do, you ingest part of the sandwich, Yome. As you do, you feel something happening inside your body. You feel your body getting slightly hotter as you do this. As this happens, go ahead and give me a data roll.
I'm an incinerator. Yeah, I'll do a data roll. Why not? This is just eating a sandwich. What's the worst that can happen? 12. Data is 0.
You feel that you added a couple of minutes onto your energy.
Oh, I see now.
Was it good? You did taste it, by the way.
It tastes good. I cannot compare the flavors to anything else, unfortunately, because I've never eaten. But it is pleasant. It also seems to replenish energy.
It does? That's weird.
I feel like the small bite I took gave me a couple of minutes.
That's really weird. I would love to get one of these myself. I really want to see how they work. You see at
I
this
did a
point,
li-
like, he's looking at your body, and he's just like, how do I see this? I want one of these now. his inner fiddling with physical tech. He's just like, I am so confused and interested.
I did do a little research on copybots myself last night.
You did?
It seems we are capable of feeling almost any sensation that humans can.
From what I've read up, it seems to amplify what you feel as a Navi. Some people say that you guys feel a little bit more. Some say less. I don't know. Whenever you had, actually, he wasn't there for that. I was gonna say whenever you would know. Whenever you had picked up the mate box, you had felt like the tiniest bits of movement that came from it, whereas you were sure at that time that like a regular human might not have picked up on it.
I feel we are more sensitive. And if that's the case, there are many sensations that I could learn and feel. Although
I'm
I
glad
hear
you.
pain is bad, but pleasure is pleasure.
I hope you don't have to feel the pain part. Watch out for, like, I guess, falling?
I will try to watch my step. And
I'll
of
see if
pleasure?
I mean, did you like the sandwich?
It was pleasant, but I know that I am well aware that there are more forms of pleasure that humans can feel. Like hugging. It is pleasant.
or the morning breeze on your skin. That's yeah.
The wind under my skirt felt nice too.
Petting a dog.
What about tickling?
Tickling? How does
Or
tickling feel?
or a bath.
Can this go in water?
Yes.
Wouldn't I have to...
He does not go, I don't know. He's like, yes.
Wouldn't I have to get undressed to take a bath?
You don't have to, but yes.
Why would I submerge my clothes?
You want to go to the park?
Yes.
Let's finish up. As he grabs his other half of his sandwich. He's like, I don't like changing the topic because sometimes I change them to weird topics. As he finishes his sandwich, you finish yours as well. As you have done so, by the end of it, you feel you've added around 20 minutes to the time of the copybot.
Sandwich equals 20 minutes of energy.
At least that part of the ingredients. That's really cool that you're able to feel that though. Maybe we can figure out how to keep it going more whenever we have one for our own.
Yes, of course.
And then we'll have to get 2 more, and then we'll have... I'm kidding. And then we'll have to turn Bug Vader into a waifu. Anyway, so
Let's just aim for 1 for now.
I'm playing. As he looks to you, he seems to look out toward the door. Again, we should be fine until tonight. If Miss Toki's coming by after she rests up, maybe we could after we go to the park. Maybe we could swing by the flower shop and say thank you to Lotus.
Of course.
And then we'll head to the arcade for Bug Vader's thing. Higsby's is really interesting. It's a pretty nice shop. I'm not sure what all we can really find there. I don't really go in that often, but sometimes I look at the different models of things he has on the outside of the store.
I look forward to seeing it, and their aprons.
I think we'll have to go to like a home goods store for that.
Let us get a cute one with frills and ribbons. One that looks cute when you're only wearing an apron.
Goodbye, money. I'm kidding.
Maybe with little hearts on it?
Oh, yes.
We'll
Or
we'll
maybe
see if
one
we
with
can
an animal motif.
we'll see if we can find one, guys. The things you're asking for, we may have to find a weird shop for, though. I'm kidding. We'll see what we can find.
We find the cutest fucking apron. You're into some weird shit, kid.
I'm sorry. Here's
I
my
have no-
money. Goodbye.
I don't have control over my life. These Navis just tell me what to do.
Here's my money. Goodbye, sir.
I can't wait to wear this apron and nothing else.
I don't like the sound of that. Anyway,
That's why she was like a cute apron that looks good when you're only wearing it.
yes, he's trying not to think about that, you see. If you hadn't have mentioned that, he would have been totally... Here's the thing. The reason that I made him not think about it like that is because I was thinking one day he just, like, comes back and all of a sudden he's like, look, I got this apron. I ordered it online. But now he's like, oh, that's what you meant. Never fucking mind.
Why are all my Navis fucking insane?
I got you this basic bitch apron. It has a chicken on it.
I got it from KFC. Here you go.
Got it on eBay for $5.
I'm sorry, I just imagine Yome puts it on, looks at him. Waka.
The two of you
Oh, hi,
make your way.
Bandit.
The two of you make your way outside of the house. Cross and Bug Vader, you guys are in the PET. As you guys feel yourself, as soon as you leave the gate, no longer having access to the home network. At that point, you guys do know that you could potentially make your way back to the home network through the internet, but you don't feel like you're connected any longer. As you guys begin to walk down the street, things are going quite all right. As he seems to look down at the PET, looking toward Cross. As he does, so sorry, I didn't mean to wake up before your alarm today. I assumed I was gonna wake up normally, but thank you for thinking about me.
After how stressful yesterday was, I thought it was a good idea to let you rest more, but obviously you didn't seem to need it.
I mean, I slept for a little bit longer than I usually do. It really felt refreshing after I woke up. I still have some of this around. He kind of like motions you up to his neck to show the slight burn that he has. However, it seems to be a lot better than it was the day before.
So it's just some light burns. I'm not looking at like
He
third degree.
he didn't get any third degree or anything like that.
He's not a baconator now.
Yes, he puts some ointment on it and it seems fine. You also see that any of the bruising that you saw on him before seems to have lightened up a lot since this morning.
It's good to see that you're recovering so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to try to avoid this happening in the first place, of course, but it's still cause to celebrate.
I had a thought this morning. Whenever I was getting up, I had a thought that, well, Yome, you were talking about the things you were doing before all of this, and I was wondering, Cross, do you ever think about that as well?
About what in particular?
What you used to be.
I know that you were a nursing unit, right? I had found you in a hard drive that was from a church that, not a church, a hospital that no longer is around. Whenever I found it, I tried to save all the information that was there, but I did have to end up building you back from some battle data that I had, probably where the big shield comes from. I was wondering though, Yome seemed to be pretty connected to it. I was thinking maybe about getting something that would help you feel connected to it. My PET is pretty old. Newer ones have heart rate monitors and step meters and things like that, but we could potentially get something to update this one so that it has the same functionality.
Those would be useful.
I just wanted to know if you ever wanted something like that. You could feel free to tell me.
Yes, absolutely. I have no intention to stop doing what I was made for. Even if I have to get creative about my applications of it.
I just want to make sure that you know that I'm not trying to stop you from doing anything you wanted to do.
Hmm.
I didn't get to talk to you a lot about this whenever we were doing the thing earlier. I had planned on talking to you about this if we were walking by ourselves to the thing, but then you decided to go back in the PhD. Anyway.
I just wanted to screw with you, man. I thought it'd be good for a larf.
Well, if you ever, want to do anything like that, let me know. I could either try to make something myself, or figure out something myself, or we can maybe talk to somebody about updating my PET. I'd like to keep this one, though, if possible. This PET. It has a nice screen, and, well, because of the keyboards and things of that, I'm really used to this one, and it's really easy to mess around with parts of it.
If you could, I'd like to see what you come up with.
A new PET came on the market a week or so back. One that has a wireless function to it. A lot of people probably are going to be interested in that one. I think Donovan already has one. I wonder if there's a way to make something like that in here. He kind of like extends the cord from the PET, the one that he usually uses to jack in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, this is just a frame holding in a bunch of parts. If you could make room for it.
We could figure it out. He looks back over Yome. Yome, as you're walking along the outside, you're no longer running like you were the day before. Looking around and feeling, the air and things of that nature. The morning air does feel very nice. As you look around the town, the direct neighborhood that he's sitting in, about a house or two down from his place, you see what appears to be up in the upper floors of that place. Something very strange. Roll me for your scan, real quick.
Ew, something strange, you
Something
said.
strange.
You'll
see something no matter what, but depends on what you get from this.
Put my last inspiration in. That is a 19.
See if you get a 20. Another 19.
That is another 19.
Double 19s. As you look up, what's your scan actually?
Scan is my highest stat
3.
with 3. Yeah.
22.
That's 22.
As you look at the at one of the houses that is about 2 houses down from where Alan is, you see that there appeared to have been an old lady peeking out from the window up at the top of it as Alan walked by. The old lady seemed to not notice you looking up at her, and as she watched Alan for a moment, she seemed to also move her eyes down the street as well, kind of like watching even further down. She doesn't seem to have noticed you at all, like actually looking at her.
Kind of looks at Alan.
Alan,
Yeah?
you said that you have nosy neighbors. Is one of them an elderly lady?
Huh? He looks over toward the house toward the house near them. As he does, the lady seems to look towards you guys for a moment and then shut the blinds immediately. Yeah, sorry. She's really nice.
What's wrong?
Well, we used to... How can I put this? Kind of like scratches his cheek as he's walking by. We used to call her Grandma Pigeon.
Grandma Pigeon.
Yeah, but that was back when we were kids. She used to make a bunch of, like, sweets and stuff for us. And, like, she used to love it when we played out in their yard and things. Me and Donovan and some of the others. But
I see.
Recently she's been really secluded. Not really wanting to talk to anybody or come out of her house. But she's a nice lady. She's just really nosy.
Has she lost someone important to her?
I don't know. I mean, probably. She's really old. I'm sure that She's lost a lot of people. Probably a lot more than I can never imagine. She's probably lost a lot more than just people, too, over the years. But sometimes, well, the neighborhood doesn't really know what to do with her. Sometimes people say that they see her moving around in their yards.
Doing what?
I don't know, but it's usually at night.
That is rather curious.
She doesn't seem to want to come outside during the day. I get a little bit worried about her. Again, she used to be really nice to us.
Do you think that maybe she is looking for something? Or that is probably early onset dementia?
Maybe.
Do you think she is a source of rumors?
Nobody really wants to make rumors about her.
No, I mean, is she a source of rumors about you?
About me? I
Mm.
don't think so, no. I don't think that anyone really talks to her.
All right.
Again, most of the rumors that are bad for me are coming from the school. I can't really blame a lot of them, though.
I see.
He kind of like looks down when he says that.
I have an idea.
Hmm?
A lesson in confidence. We're going to walk to the park, and I'm going to hold your hand.
Yeah, that's fine. I have Cross here. I gotta make sure that Cross is fine, right? I mean, I can. Maybe later, maybe some other time, another day.
You have two hands.
I think you've
Or-
I think you've miscounted, yo mate.
Or I can just do this.
Grabs his arm.
Okay, Yome, we don't have to do this. We can just walk.
This is a lesson in confidence.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. If you can get used to someone like me, or any girl for that matter, being close to you.
Rolling.
Oh yeah, arm and boobs, by the way. She got them boobish.
You know what? Because of the situation, I will minus that roll by whatever we roll in Super Smash Dice. Because he has this.
Yeah, he's got this. Yo, can I roll my Smash Dice? Yome knows exactly what she's doing.
So, I was rolling for his stress.
Uh-huh.
He got an unnatural 20, minus that by 4. He's sitting there. He's not like immediately jerking away from it. However, he's also like kind of going like looking around. Especially, he looks up toward Grandma Pigeon's house, and he sees the blinds close again, and he's like,
This is how he dies.
If anyone asks, it's my fault.
Yeah, okay. Let's get to the park then. Let's hurry up. Let's get going.
I want you
Alan,
to
may I make a suggestion?
What's up, Cross?
Just try holding your head up high. You tend to look down quite a lot.
Yes. If you look down, you might be looking at me too much. I am pretty close.
He immediately looks up.
Good job. You're doing it.
He's like, just almost immediately, he just starts looking diagonally up almost as much as he can without seeing the street. While still seeing the street, I mean. As you guys are walking, he's just keeping his head upwards. He has not yet put any headphones in for the PET, so Cross, you're able to speak to him pretty fine without him looking at it. And Yome, you are holding onto his arm.
Yep.
Good job. Good.
Yep.
Good
She's gonna hold on to his arm. She's gonna say,
Look straight. Step strong.
Yome, roll me for your go ahead and give me a link. Go ahead and add that
Link?
Super Smash Dice into it.
"Oh fuck yeah." Frickin' live strong. Except don't take steroids. Your testicles will fall off.
Oh my god.
12 plus 4 plus that link, which is 2.
18.
That's an 18.
As he is just basically trying his absolute best to not look over towards you, you just see that there is blush all over his face, almost as red as the burn on his neck.
There, you can't even see it anymore.
As he just continues walking, upon that happening, Yome, roll me for a luck roll. Just give me a straight up
Luck.
d20.
Luck roll.
Mm-hmm. We need to see if an
Straight up.
encounter happens.
Laid up D-Twan. 12.
Okay, you're perfectly fine. The two of you continue walking, and it takes you a little bit of time, but it doesn't take you very long with the somewhat increased pace of Alan.
Yep.
For you guys to make it all the way out toward the park.
You go, Alan. You're a natural.
She'll let him go.
You did it. And you only seem to breathe heavily only a couple times.
You do you let go of him?
Yeah, she lets go of him. She lets go of him and she does a little clap, clap, clap.
As you let
did
go
it.
of him, he like moved his hand over toward his arm and then just put his hand down, almost like he wanted to rub his arm for like just like, you know, be like, it's been held for a long time. But then he's like, nope, I'm not doing that. 'Cause that would be weird. I'm not weird. Anyway.
No, you're not. Just inexperienced.
As you get over toward the park-like area, he seems to look forward, looking around, and lets off like a bit of a sigh, and sits down on the stairs that leads down toward the park for a second. He's like, "Give me a second."
Sits down next to him.
Okay.
Try taking a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alan, this kind of thing is normal between two people, whether they be friends or lovers. Are we not friends?
I guess. Yeah, you're probably right. It isn't. I guess it isn't the first time this has happened. So, I'm sorry.
To you?
Yeah. I've had friends. I go out once. He's like, I go out. So, he was gonna say sometimes. He's like, once. I guess I guess I should just start thinking of it as a friend thing. You're right.
The more you think about it as something complicated, the more complicated it will become.
Yeah.
You can explain it as many things. A shy Navi, an affectionate Navi, a Navi that loves to tease. But it doesn't make anything you're doing wrong by allowing it.
I don't think it's wrong for you either, Yome. You're just, again, maybe you are just someone who likes teasing.
Maybe.
It's fine. Cross. He goes and looks into it. I think you guys potentially could connect to the network here. However, I would warn against it.
Oh?
Yeah. So, I was told that there's some really strong viruses in the network around here lately. It's one reason why I was worried about Bug Vader and Blitzman yesterday, whenever he said that he wanted to fight him. The park network, it isn't as secure as a lot of other networks.
That makes sense. It is public.
I think that they've had some virus busting around here the past couple of weeks to get the virus count down. But like I had said to you guys yesterday, there is the boards at the square that keep having people sign up to help out with it.
I wonder how much they pay. I'm guessing for the more complicated and riskier ones, they pay a heftier sum.
Probably. I haven't heard of anybody really doing a lot, but it's mostly for city net battlers to do.
I see.
They're really the only ones that want to take on viruses for a living. They're also the only ones really allowed into the more secure parts of the networks.
I remember Blitzman saying he wanted to be something like that, yes?
Yeah, Blitzman was designed to be a CityNet battler. Whenever we were kids, me and Donovan have always wanted him and have always wanted Blitzman to be a CityNet battler. Blitzman kind of had that built into him. I guess kind of like how you guys feel so strongly about your programming, Blitzman really feels strongly about his. I'm sure he wants to do it too, but it's almost like fulfilling a purpose. I think that the City Net Battler exams aren't that far away either for this year. I think that Donovan's old enough he can try it out this year too. They used to let like anybody do it as long as you were strong, but then they started thinking a lot of kids are doing it, and then they stopped. High schoolers are really the only ones that are allowed to try now. Well, end up.
I see. That might be something Bug Vader is interested in.
If the viruses around here are very strong, though, it might be something for all three of us to do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Not right now, though. We need to get the most out of this copy bot.
Yes, of course.
I'd also have to jack you guys in here. Again, most of the network is protected here because of the virus activity. Oh man, says Bug Vader. I'm kidding. Bug Vader says something about going and fighting viruses, at which point Alan says something about maybe we'll do that later, Bug Vader, at which Bug Vader's like, fine, let's do that later, at which point Bug is like, no, let's do that now! Anyway. Hilarity ensues. The scene ends. Anyway.
Yeah, he's not feeling well again. He went bed.
Yes. As Alan looks around, he motions over toward what looks like almost a phone booth off to the side. As he does, there's the park's copybot station.
Ah. Do you wish to get into another copybot cross?
No, I was mostly showing you guys for whenever this stuff is gone. We're really not allowed to right now, but before the virus activity increased, that was where we let Blitzman hang out.
Oh.
I see.
He probably hasn't been able to do it for about a good couple of months now, though. He's probably feeling restless. I don't think that my house is within the range of that copybot, so he looks back over to you guys. Unfortunately, you guys probably wouldn't be able to use that to do anything, like hang out with me or anything.
I see. But it's a shame, but
that
that's
one's
why we're
free.
getting our own.
But that one's free, unlike the one in the city. The city has a price if you want to take it outside the city grounds.
Oh.
But people usually like paying that price because Navis can help carry things.
And are they as sophisticated and in-depth as this one?
Yeah, they need to be. They're for constant public use. I was actually last year, I think, when Dad let me get a part-time job working there. I was there to make sure that they were ready for use whenever they were supposed to go out. All I really did, though, was wipe them off and make sure that there wasn't any mud or anything on them. I wasn't really able to do anything with them, unfortunately.
That's fine. I mainly meant if they carry the same capabilities as this one.
They probably should. I mean, other than them being public access, they probably have most of the same functionality.
I see.
Please rephrase. I refuse. Anyway.
It's just like, are you sure that was mud? You sure that wasn't just fucking... You sure that wasn't just some syrup?
No, I mean, I just cleaned their boots, and like sometimes they would fall over, so I had to make sure they were clean. What are you guys talking about? It's almost like they wouldn't let a kid do that kind of thing if it was anything weird on it.
You somewhat misunderstood my question. I think I'll just ask Miss Toki how she obtained this one.
Okay. He looks around the park as he does. You'd never think that this place is as kind of hectic as it is in the cyber world by looking at it like this.
Yes, it is very peaceful and quiet. There's something. It has a very nice charm that the net doesn't. The net is just grid lines and lights, and yet this is just many colors and
It just kind of like feels around the steps that she's sitting on.
textures.
There's not really a lot to do when you're not with friends, but it's really nice to sometimes come here and hang out. Before you guys, I sometimes came out here and did some late night walks and things. And again, there was the one time camping. Anyway, he kind of motions over toward different places at the park. He motions toward the center like large tree that's there. He's like, that's where most people jack in their net navis to go around and do things. He motions over toward the bathrooms and the shower rooms and things like that. He shows you toward the small campground like area. It seems to have like a place to pitch tents as well as like grills and things like that to be used for public use. There are signs on them, of course, that says to clean up and things like that. Again, Alan seems to be from a very nice, like upper neighborhood, so most everything here seems very neat and tidy.
All of this gives me a little bit of an idea.
Mhm.
When we have a copy bot of our own, we should use it to go camping.
Or have a picnic.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we could probably do that whenever. I mean, he motions over to the copybot station. There's a couple of those around the park. We could maybe use a few of them if we decide to.
Oh, there's more than one. Oh.
That's just for this entrance. A lot of people come to the park. I mean, not anymore, but a lot of people used to come to the park.
Why not anymore?
Again, the virus activity mostly. That was one reason why whenever we came over camping a couple of weeks back, we were kind of the only ones here. He kind of like looks down from that, like,
Hey, you said you were trying to think of it as a good memory.
Yeah,
If
it's just embarrassing to have told you guys about is all. I don't really tell people things.
But
It was nice. It was nice hanging out with John and her friends. Even if things turned out weird.
It is. I feel one day, when you are more confident, you might look back at it and laugh. A bit more like that.
You know, can I ask the three of you something? Just your opinion on things? How
You
does
can
that
take your time.
How does that look to you? Like, to me, I don't want to say it like this because it sounds like I'm accusing. I don't know who did it. Jan says she didn't. The other girls say they didn't. And then the rumors happened, and what do you guys think?
Who do you think took your clothes that day?
I mean, on the one hand, Jan and her friends seem like they're the ones I should be upset at. But we had such a good time that day, and she seemed angry. She seemed like she was upset about apparently seeing me streaking. But at the same time, she's always getting onto me for one thing or another. She's always kind of picking at me and making fun of me. But I don't know if I should blame her, you know? I don't... It doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Well, first off, was she aware that your clothes were stolen?
She said that she saw me leaving.
But she didn't know that someone had stolen your clothes and you had no choice.
I don't know. I tried to explain things, but she seemed to just be angry. And she hasn't asked me to really hang out or anything since then. Which, again, that's not weird. They didn't normally ask me to hang out anyway, but it's kind of sad. I think we had a lot of fun.
I had heard that she is a source of rumors. She is fairly new to the school, is she not?
Yeah, she's only been here a little while. It's one reason why I thought that maybe might be nice to hang out with her. She's only been here a couple of years, as opposed to most everybody else in the school.
When it comes to her and the rumors that seem to source themselves from her, I have heard the streaking rumor. I have heard that you have gone into the girls' locker room and stole underwear. And I have also heard that you have been caught several times. Once, in this female bathroom.
Several?
And several seem to have corroborated that. But you get shy simply from me holding your hand, or grabbing your arm, or anything. I do not think you have it in you to do anything like that.
It was once. They... I was in the girls' bathroom once.
Why? Did you really need to go to the bathroom and that was the closest one?
Yeah. I couldn't go to the other one.
Was the other one too far away, or was it compromised?
Compromised.
Then I don't see why that is a bad thing, or that is your fault, or that it is your fault. I feel like if someone really had to go to the bathroom, if it was something that, if it meant preventing putting yourself in an even worse...
It wasn't that...
Hmm?
It wasn't like that compromised.
Hmm?
I was avoiding it.
Oh.
Back then, I was still afraid when some of the other guys would say that they were wanting to fight. So I avoided going there. And I was a lot younger. This was years ago, but sometimes to avoid that, I went to other places. I would either go to one of the other, like, senior bathrooms, or I would go to, if I really had to, the one time, to the girls' bathroom. And when I did, an upperclassman girl found me. And she got really embarrassed because at first she thought I was a girl.
Oh. Why did she think you were a girl?
'Cause I tried to sound like a girl to get her to go away.
I see.
Hey guys.
Hey, Will. You're in the middle of some oops.
Oh.
Stepping away from that subject, then. What about the girls' locker room?
I did not try to steal anything.
Then that is just a rumor. What about looking up pornography?
I was there, but I didn't try to steal anything.
What were you doing in the girls' locker room?
What were
I
you
was
doing in the
there.
girls' locker room?
Was it also to avoid the boys?
No.
The way you said that. No.
You actually see, like, before he was upset, now he's very, like, embarrassed.
Alan, it's all right. You don't have to speak anymore if you do not want to.
Remember the girl I told you about that found me in the girls' room?
Mm-hmm.
She asked me to come see her.
For what?
She said that I was cute, and this was a couple of years ago.
Oh, you're a growing boy.
She asked me to go there, and then she didn't show up, and instead a teacher did.
Human girls are cruel.
I think she was still mad. She graduated last year.
I see. And what was her name?
And what was her name? Her full name and her address and where I can.
Hey, Bug. Hey, Bug. What was her full legal name?
At this point, you just see, like, the inner, like, representation of Bug and then Yome just looking at each other, both of them having the same idea. I'm kidding. Annie, Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Mm.
Anastasia.
I called her Annie for a bit. She was pretty popular in school.
Ah, that is where that name is familiar. The name of a dead princess.
You and your choice of words.
Anastasia what?
Why do you want to know?
I am just curious. You don't have to divulge if you do not wish. I was just curious.
Maybe some other time.
Should I go through any other rumors? Or is this enough?
What were the three you brought up?
Porn in the school.
Ah, right.
Looking up porn.
I've never looked anything like that up at school. That would be really dumb. I don't know where that came from. I think at some point people just started saying things. And once all the other things came out, people just started thinking, yeah, it sounds like him.
I see. Then I guess the only other rumor that I can think of right now is the one where you followed an upperclassman girl home.
You mean Annie?
And why were you following her home?
First off, follow is a strong word.
Did she live close to where you were, and just the way home was similar?
No, she lived in the opposite direction.
Okay. Then how is follow a strong word?
I guess follow is a decently accurate but strong word.
Alan, do you want us to upgrade to stock?
You want us to upgrade to Stalker, Alan? Is that what you want us to do? I wanted to ask her what her deal was.
I see.
It was, again, a couple of years ago, and I was not as used to this as I am now. I feel like I was just really frustrated. I wanted to have her help me end it, to get them to stop. And she knew I was there. I wasn't following her. She told me to come talk to her at her place, and I came. But she wouldn't open the door. So I went home. But apparently somebody saw, or she just told, I don't know. I was just
see.
really fed up with it. I just wanted her to stop. And it didn't stop. And I eventually just stopped caring. Honestly, the rumors, they aren't that big of a deal, to be fair. As long as I can get through school, I'm fine. And as long as, I thought for a while, as long as I just did what Donovan said, I'd be fine too, so I just learned to deal with it. And I know that's bad, and I know you're gonna say I shouldn't have, but that's how I learned to deal with it.
She's gonna look at Alan and inch just a teeny bit closer.
He does not seem to notice.
And she's just gonna put a hand on his cheek really slowly. Just kind of make him aware that her hand is approaching.
Looks over.
Armor can take only so many chips and cracks before the armor breaks. You can only take so many bangs and dents before you fall apart. You've been strong for a long time. But even now, or better yet, you've been strong for so long that those cracks are so deep and those dents so severe that now they show in ways you're shy, you lack confidence, you're so nervous and stressed.
I shouldn't have started it all by doing the things I did. It all just came out of control, and eventually me making excuses turned into people not really wanting to believe me. I stopped trying to make excuses, and then those started sounding like them. I put myself in this position.
Yes, but they're mistakes due to youth. You didn't know better, or how to truly handle these situations. You probably didn't want to turn for help for fear of burdening others. Or because you got yourself in that situation, so you should solve it. But that is not wrong. It is fairly common.
Mm.
I do not believe that you should be treated as such. And for something so little, and for lies to be spread, humans are cruel.
They have a reason.
Does it involve the hole in the school network? I have heard that you are the cause of that, but last we asked, you did not wish to answer.
I don't really want to talk about it. But yeah, that was me.
We will not ask. We will let you tell us on your own time. And I assure this will be the last time we ask.
Sorry.
Takes her hand back.
It's not that I don't trust you. I mean, it should be easy to find the answer if you looked, but I'm having
No.
a good time having people not know about it.
No. I cannot speak for Cross or Bug Vader.
I'm right
will-
here.
Well, I won't speak for you, Cross. But I will not look for this answer. I do not want it from any other source but you, Alan.
Maybe
And I give you that as a promise.
some other time.
Holds hands out for hug.
He seems to bring his hand up and kind of wipe his eyes on his hand, like on his arm. As he does, he just kind of looks back over towards you, like still mid-hug.
No, just like grab. It's that thing if she sees him wipe a tear and is just like, nope, I'm bringing it in. Come here. Head and boobs. Cry into my bosom.
This is how I die. He does not go to cry into your bosom. You bring
force him.
You bring him over to you and you force him there. However, he seems to very much just kind of like let the hug happen. He doesn't like try to get away or anything like that.
He's gonna pet his head.
As he lets you pet his head. After about a minute, he seems to like raise himself up, and as he does, he looks back to you and looks down to Cross and Bug Vader, and he goes to stand up. We're having fun today. I want to show you guys all over this place. We can talk about those kind of things later. But I'm glad you at least trust me on the rumors thing.
I have no reason not to.
Come on, we can go to Higsby's. It's pretty
Yes.
interesting there. I can even show you the flower shop and some other places there.
Of course, that would be wonderful.
You might be able to ask Lotus about a couple of things as well, if you're really interested in copybots.
Oh. Oh, yes, she would have a copybot as well, wouldn't she? Or they.
She takes care of the flower shop for the owner. He's a little bit too old to really do much of anything himself. So maybe you can ask her about some things.
Of course.
She looks a lot more Navi-like, though. I think it's her choice.
That's fine.
He looks around. Let's get going. I don't think we can take one of these all the way there, but if you guys wait a minute, looks to Cross and Bug Vader, we should be able to find something when we get there. I'm sure there's no law about having 3 people out.
Sounds good.
Wait, can we connect to the internet?
From here, you can connect to you feel there is some sort of a connection to the internet, but not to the network.
Yeah.
No,
No,
so yeah,
it's
you can surf the internet, but you cannot connect to the network from here.
Let's find out if there's a law about it.
Yome, you get up whenever he gets up. Cross, you start surfing the internet to see if you can find any laws about traveling with multiple Navis. And Bug Vader, you sit there and ponder the idea of this park and about the dangerous viruses that were said to inhabit here. Potentially trying to figure out if there's some way you can help this area. As you three ponder these things, look up these things, and potentially go to grab Alan's arm again as you guys walk off.
No, this time she's just gonna grab his hand.
My,
Just hand holding.
my hand. Stop it. I'm kidding. He seems to let you.
Yay! See,
As-
we're opening up!
As all of that seems to be going on, I think it's a good time for us to end things off for the night.
We're improving!
So, as we end things off for the night, we went on a little bit longer than we usually do. By a little bit, like a decent bit longer. I knew today was going to be like a roleplay game, and I knew I wanted to kind of end with this. I knew I kind of wanted to end with him bringing up the rumors thing and potentially giving you guys a reason to talk to him about it. It was a perfect place for it, because like whenever I first brought it up, it was like, oh, we can talk about it in his room. Nah, fuck that. Let's talk about it at the fucking park, where things can be sadder and after school especially. But you guys are able to find a decent bit out about that. You guys can choose to believe everything Alan said or not. Potentially, he could be still lying about stealing panties, or about this girl Anastasia. However, as you guys go to make your way away from this place, as the two of you walk your way away, heading down the road toward the city, a figure appears, just kind of like walking into the park area and then looking out after the two of you. As that figure appears, it seems to go, huh, it's those weird people from before. And then makes their way down into the park. And with that, I think we're gonna end things off there.
Well,
Oh, it's those weird people. It's the one that was carrying the other. Weird. Anyway. My guys. Next time you guys are going to be heading off into the city, potentially finding the shop Higsby's. And some people were actually mentioning, is Higsby in this world too? I don't think Higsby's in this world. The shop Higsby's is in this world.
you mean
But,
Grillby's?
But the actual person Higsby is not in this world.
Oh, Grillby's. I'll have the Net Navi be Grillby's.
However, next week we'll be having we had thought we weren't going to, but we definitely will be having game next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, unless something changes again.
Mm-hmm. So we will be having Warhammer next week, on the 30th, around the same time as we had today. Which means that we probably will not have Net Navi on the 7th. I'm not sure yet. The 7th is my birthday. I'm not sure if I want to have Net Navi or not. I'm preparing something else, and if I do that, then we probably won't have Net Navi, but I'll think about it. We're at a spot right now that I kind of really want to keep going with it, but we'll think about it later. I don't know yet. But we will definitely, hopefully, be having Warhammer next week.
Yeah. This is great.
You know, this is actually one of the first times we've had a decent amount of use out of a Super Smash Dice. Usually
yeah.
after that happens, we just don't use it.
We used it 3 times today.
Correction, Anthony doesn't use it.
We just, out of all the games that like Super Smash hasn't been in, like this is probably the most use we've seen out of it. 2 from Yome and 1 from Alan. That's crazy. Now we just need to get Bug Vader a Super Smash Dice, or he needs to use this card. But yes, school records in general. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Let's see here.
No.
Do they keep yearbooks? They might keep yearbooks.
Some people were talking about, like, well, you can just go into the school records or yearbook records and look up Anastasia. That's a really weird name. You should be able to, easy to find her. And it's just like, Not even just that. High schools keep records of their students for a good number of years in case they want to go to college. They need to get a college a transcript.
Not even that. Like, she graduated last year, and Miss Toki started last year, so maybe she would know. Especially if they live in the same area.
There's also just that,
or
too.
Donovan,
like...
or Jan, or fucking Chill Fox, or Beastman, or... Apparently she was really popular at school. Coincidence? That's right.
Yep.
She graduates the same year that Miss Toki starts. Who's even seen them in the same place besides everyone that year?
Coincidence? I think so.
It's not like she was a senior or anything like that and needed to graduate. Nah, there's something more sinister behind this. This was between either giving Yomei a Super Smash Dice or Keanu a fate card. I think I made the right choice. We don't need Keanu to have more fate cards.
I will be using the Smash Dice almost every chance I possibly get. So it will not be... You did not give me a Smash Dice in vain. Honestly, I plan to loot most of these games, so I'm the best person for a Smash Dice in all honesty.
How dare. Leave my games alone. They're wholesome and Christian.
I'll fuck your games.
How dare you mess with my pure games that have nothing but the purest intentions.
He goes on porn sites and that had nothing to do with me.
You guys get to learn a lot about that porn site today too.
Hell yeah. I did some research earlier last night about...
Alan's gonna have an extra 6,000 fucking zenny every month.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, huh. I'm like, I did some research on copybots last night too. I learned that you can fuck them. And they'll feel it, and it's great. I also learned that copybots can just be porn stars. That's an easy way to make money, Alan.
I don't think we could do that. We'd have to figure out some way to get onto that site, and you already blocked it, so it sucks, I guess.
We can unblock it. Don't act like you already don't know a way to unblock it, Alan.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought of 5 ways to unlock it.
What are you talking about? It couldn't be as easy as just getting on like a different browser and
if I count to 5 and you haven't gotten me on that site, I will squeeze your butt.
Even just making like the same account, I could just be like, "Hey, account recovery," and they'd be like, "Okay, cool."
I'm going to squeeze your butt now.
Just be like, "Oh man, I did that, but now I regret that decision. Can I have it back?" "Yeah, sure. We want you to give us more money."
Squeeze.
Ah!
Stop it. Stop it. If you want to pleasure yourself,
Miss Toki and Miss Prog are like, "You need to get rid of that website." Whereas like any person other than them would be like, "Yeah, but is that really the end of it? I mean, even if we remove that website, you could just go right back. I mean, I could just look it up on my PET at this point. Like, you blocked it from my computer. Yeah, great. A different browser? Hey, Bug Vader, can you go to this website?" Okay. This world, this age of technology. It's so great and wonderful in every way. But yes. With all that being said, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock. We've been going on for about 4.5 hours. I think that's a pretty good time for a game of this size. Thank you guys so much for all the donations and things that have happened over the time here. I'm making sure that different things didn't happen. I didn't miss most of anything. We did miss Crimson Dragon with 5 bits because 5 bits donations don't get like shown. It says, "All right, for real this time, gotta go to bed." All right, so he was going to bed. Good. With the Pride bits though, you have to see those Pride bits. Got a lot of follows today too. With all that being said, guys, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks, put them in the comments below. I definitely need to get the other the last Net Navi up on YouTube so that I can quickly get this one on YouTube so it can be quickly demonetized.
You still have the VOD, right? Like the VODs are safe and everything?
Yeah, they're on Twitch.
Okay, I can't remember how long Twitch keeps VODs.
They keep it
So.
for quite a bit.
Okay.
But yes.
Yeah, I should probably do that then. Some people,
Yeah, I completely
there's some-
forgot to before, because again, I've been having eye problems and I've just been not
Yeah.
thinking about this.
Some
but
people
yes.
some people have also been like, man, we really hope you'll upload this one a little early, because there's some people who can't, who the Twitch VODs just don't work for, so they're just like,
we'll get the last week's uploaded like probably right after I end game. Then we'll upload this one probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. But with that being said,
There you go, guys.
until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Hell yeah, bye guys. We're gonna get a naked apron. Titties.
It's never gonna happen.